You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
You'll see.
Go on.
Wow, this is crazy. Welcome to another episode of oh wow.
Run it back.
Welcome to another episode of Opinionated Podcast. This is a very special one because I'm actually not behind the camera, and it is our 50th podcast.
Woo! What is up, my guy?
This is weird, man. And
Why?
it's not weird. It's just
Why are you so cheap?
I don't know, man. I'm glad to see y'all. Damn, I can't be happy to see you.
No.
Nah, chill. I'm just busy.
Busy being on the grind.
That's what they all say.
I heard grind to live life.
Yeah, no, man. Thanks for letting me be the 50th episode. I'm really honored. This is dope.
I mean, why would you not be?
I mean,
They got on 100.
huh?
You're gonna be on the 100.
Damn.
Yeah.
And honestly, just more of the recaps we do.
We'll have another person on the 100.
Recaps we do.
That's cool.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know.
Maybe another person that's been there since the jump type deal.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be the thing we can't talk about yet. The other person.
Yeah. Bro, how do you not know?
I don't know.
Alright, whatever.
Dude, talk to me off camera. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on.
What we got hold on?
Bro.
Bruh.
I don't know, bro. Y'all gotta see me.
I told 420, but damn,
Y'all see me
bro.
a text or something, bro? Like,
Oh my
bro, when you do all the
God.
house cleaning and opinion and always, doing all
This
all the
guy,
extra shit,
bro.
like my mind's everywhere. So
God damn, dude. Open your eyes.
okay, who the fuck is?
This guy sucks, dude.
Okay.
Dude, I said shoot me a text.
This guy sucks.
Whatever.
You put it to two letters. Who the fuck is that guy?
We ain't talking about a guy.
Alright, anyways, bringing a little off topic, but this is another special
So
edition.
can you read that?
Oh, yeah,
Idiot. Talking about the other person with
No,
that.
don't even it because you didn't even know we were
Yeah,
talking about
that's
for the
another
last
story. We got fucking fucks during that, but
They don't even know about that.
yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Maybe some $5 advice. But anyways, Albert, thank you again for joining us. If you guys don't know who Albert is, he runs Toga Media and helps edit. Honestly, edit probably still to this day 50 to 60% of the stuff we
Catching up,
uploaded. We're catching up. We're showing
I'm
each
proud
other,
of y'all, man. Y'all are doing y'all's thing for real.
But
It's not as good, but I'm catching
Nah,
up.
this
bro,
is
it's good.
This is the OG, and this is kind of, he's another, founder of Opinionated. Essentially, like, we wanted to start Opinionated, and Albert came into the mix, and we're at the perfect timing, picking up a camera, learning his camera skills and things like that, and his content's gotten better, so we hope ours has. If you're here this long, then you've seen it. But, yeah, we just wanted to bring him on. We did an off-topic with him probably around 2 years ago when we first started, and a lot has changed. I mean, even at the time, we weren't even as close as we are now, between all three of us, really. So,
I hated that, Albert.
Shit, me too.
I hated that, Albert. Dude, sucked.
dude.
You.
Nah, I was definitely in I had a lot of external situations. Shit, we can dive into that.
Yeah, that's
later.
what I want. That's what I want.
We can dive into that later. But
I did, and I don't. I ain't.
But,
never
I
opened
mean,
up.
huh?
I said I did, and I don't open up. It's your turn.
Yeah, that's fine. I got nothing to hide, bro.
Yeah, well, we can all open up more because I want you to challenge us a little bit too.
Yeah,
I like how you challenged me like the other day, like shit like that.
Yeah. Just his way of thinking,
It's my way of
his
thinking.
opinion.
Oh, when you
and I was
when you
like,
said Cole Bennett was.
I said no.
Yeah.
No.
and I was asking
I feel
why.
like it's just. I mean, there's people who can, but it's just they're not doing the same thing, but they're doing the same thing, and it's just the other way.
I don't know. It's just we'll touch on it real quick. It's just different because he's just young.
Yeah,
That's why it's crazy, really.
I mean, he's accomplished more than what most.
Yeah,
Most
he's very
men will.
Man, do you think it's easier just because of
He's just also. It's also.
Do you think it's easier for him just because of the day and age we're in?
Yes.
That's why he's accomplished.
Yeah, that helps.
But you got to be a special kind of person to do that, especially for essentially by himself. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyways,
It's so funny, hearing y'all call me Albert, because I'm known as a lot of people I meet now, everyone calls me Bert, which is funny. That just goes to show how long we've known
well,
each other.
I went to ask when Who called you that?
It was at HEB, and like.
That's like an old ass man thing. Bert.
I mean, so does Albert, but like, fuck it, I'm here.
True. No.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, I was just curious. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
saw
mean-
him the other day. I'm like,
yeah, and like it
What
just
the-
was like a lot, like it was a lot quicker. Like, no, where, like, where's this? And like,
So people are just being lazy.
yeah, I guess.
That's, I mean, everybody.
Somebody
like
lazy.
that.
I guess. I mean,
Can't say Albert.
I'm
You
a-
can't say two more letters.
I'm a
Albert.
fisher, bro.
I call Carlos Los a lot.
Yeah, so I mean,
Or
I call you Cam. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Cameron sounds cool with Bert.
okay.
Yeah.
You gotta change it. You gotta say something.
Bro, I don't know.
But Al, I'll call you Al.
Bro, I don't care.
As long-
It's
as
my
long as
government. It's my government name, so like, I'll answer to it.
But just want to kind of start us off about what you've been up to these days. What do you do now? Let's kind of just give us a little general background of where you are now.
Yeah, bro. I mean, well, shit. I work at a car dealership. I'm a service advisor. Well, I'm training right now, but like, I don't know. I'm a service advisor.
So you're gonna screw people.
No, bro, chill.
Damn, man. They be trying to tax on those.
No, bro.
They go over there. I need.
They
oil
be
change.
saying that shit.
You need new brakes, new rotors. We need rotate.
We
tires.
advise shit.
Look, hold up. Time out.
I just got those 2 weeks ago. What you mean?
Nah, bro. I wouldn't tell anyone to do something with their car that I wouldn't do to mine. Like, that's just like, y'all know I'm.
That's
big.
you though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just how he is at Best Buy sometimes. Like,
Sometimes.
I mean, y'all know.
Sometimes, like,
I always say I'm a firm believer of the energy you put out comes back around. So I'm not gonna fuck someone over because I don't want to get fucked over. You know what I mean?
Hand me that water.
I mean,
water now. You can hand it
yeah, sorry.
but yeah. So I'm a service advisor at a car dealership. Man, I've been getting better with the camera, doing some music video stuff, some like commercial type content I gotta put out. But I gotta finish getting paid on for it.
Facts. Tell me where you know money.
But I know, right? So that hasn't released yet because it hasn't been paid in full. But man, I got. Huh?
to. You're a movie. Paid in full.
Bro,
I got back in the gym. I'm planning on competing in powerlifting. For those who don't know, I did that all through high school. I
Did
plan
you
on
ever win
competing.
anything?
Huh?
Did you ever win anything?
I mean, I won regionals.
Yeah,
my
he was-
freshman
he
year
was
or
going
something.
far.
Or like I made it to regionals.
Because you're on varsity as a freshman.
Was that far?
Well,
like in powerlifting, is that
regionals,
far?
area, and then state.
It was only 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember, bro. It was honestly so long ago.
You were on varsity as a freshman, right?
I mean, it
It
kind of
doesn't
was like,
really
yeah,
matter.
it didn't really matter.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, I got back into the gym December 7th. I always remember that date because at the time, I mean, right now I weigh 277. At the time, I was weighing like 305, and that shit was not fun. Like, I was out of breath tying my shoes. So I was like, yeah, this shit has to change because I'm not about to be out of breath tying my shoes at 24 years old. Yeah, that's what got me back into the gym, and I just wanted to prove to myself that I can compete again as I'm older. So training to compete sometime.
Can you
And then
take
you
your
coach?
toes?
Yes, bro.
Some people can't.
Yeah, some people really can't, honestly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it's just mobility. But
Yeah.
so yeah, that's really what I've been in. I've been at the gym, been working, and just trying to. Oh, I'm in the process of moving, so that's
I'm going to see if you get to this. We keep going.
yeah. But well, I'm sure we will. I feel like I know where you're going with this, but I'm in the process of moving. So yeah, I mean, it's just been kind of like this last month, just slowly packing and kind of just getting ready to move.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was you going with it?
You know where I was going with it?
I feel like you were, but go ahead. Like,
Also, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
Oh, that happened when we went to.
Yes.
Well, he told us in Arizona, but it was before that.
Yeah, he didn't do it yet.
no, I didn't.
Oh,
do
no,
Oh,
you
I mean,
didn't.
yeah. One
Yeah.
of the most important parts of my life, I'm engaged to my high school sweetheart.
You forgot to say
No,
that.
no.
She gonna start crying.
Nah, bro.
I remember exactly when Albert told me because it like really shocked
That's
It
when
didn't
we.
shock
I
me.
think that was after breakfast.
me. It was. In fact, he went to that place in
Yeah.
Scottsdale.
You.
Yeah, it was.
Because I asked you a question.
Yeah, because there was a ring.
There was a ring.
It
walking.
was after
Yeah.
brunch.
Yeah, when we went to that place. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so
Yeah,
I'm
and then,
engaged.
like you didn't, because you didn't tell us.
Yeah.
And then, like that's when he told us. You were like, "Oh, I got a ring on the poster." We're like, "What do you mean? Why didn't you tell us?"
It just kind of hit us out the blue too, because obviously that just shows like how close
Because
we really weren't as close as we were. Like we should have been. Like I know, like That is
well,
like
at the
on
same
way to
time, we
say-
were rekindling a friendship after what 4 years of hardly any communication.
Yeah.
We like as people, we definitely changed a lot to who we used to be. So I mean, it's kind of hard getting to relearn someone that you haven't talked to barely in 4 years.
Yeah.
So
That was crazy, just from a time standpoint. It's like when you said that to me, I was just like, damn. That right there was just telling me like how much we went through, like growing up, and just like how much older we are now.
yeah,
It's like, I mean, besides John, like his was different because when he got engaged, he was in the military, and like I wasn't around him as much.
yeah.
So like also when someone's in the military, like the stigma of like getting married early and having kids early is there. So in my mind, I know he's married and it's like it's serious and real, but it's just not the same to me. Like
Because you like had that preset expectation.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, he's finna marry her.
Yeah.
But like when you said that, I was like, damn, like they have been together forever. But that just showed. I was like, bro, I remember when they first started dating. I remember when you like gave her that pizza and said we'd be my girlfriend back in high school.
Damn, that's just good.
Yeah, so it's like
The
shit.
pool parties.
Yeah, just like the pool parties and then like
Ice bucket challenge.
yeah, ice bucket challenge and just like
Nah,
that's
just
just
my
crazy.
ride or die.
Yeah, that's lit, bro.
She for real is like my best friend. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be in the position I am today without her. Like as far as the mental growth, the emotional growth. I mean, shit. Like she's helped me grow so much as a person.
Do many people know that like y'all couldn't like when y'all first started dating, y'all like fight and like couldn't even talk to each other all the time?
Nah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Being with someone almost this August would be 8 years. Like it's definitely had its rough patches.
Well, you
like,
said it like when you said it. I forgot when you said it, but you're like
don't misquote me now.
no, there's a point where like, dude, like there's a point where like Audrey and I couldn't even talk to each other, wanted to rip each other's heads off, and then you said, yeah, I think you're all in the car, and she was like, you suck at listening. That's kind of like,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
bro,
yeah,
just who I used to be as a person. Like, it's funny because
asshole, dude.
we had somebody from high school the other day. It was like, oh, that's not the Albert I used to know. And I'm like, oh, dude, that Albert's fucking dead. Like, that person doesn't exist anymore. So, like, who you knew me as is, like, you don't even know me anymore. And so, like, who I used to be then, yeah, that conversation, like, to this day, I hold that very dearly. She was like, damn, you know, like, you're a really shitty listener. And, like, I was like, damn, like, it kind of, like, stopped me in my tracks. Because it's like, man, I really do care about this person. And, like, I have feelings for this person that I've never had feelings for. And, like, I'm supposed to care for this person, but, like, obviously it's not showing. And so for her to feel like that, I was like, damn, you know what? Like, that's going to change today. And ever since then, like, not only has it improved our relationship, it's improved my relationships all around as far as, I mean, being in the service industry, as far as actually listening to people and not just listening, actually hearing what they say. And so, like, I'll hold that conversation dear to my heart forever because, like, even though it was meant in a negative way, it turned out to be so positive because of the impact it had to today from, goddamn, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So yeah, I mean, if y'all knew me back then, like,
Soft, dude.
yeah, bro.
But
Like,
that's-
shit, if I saw younger me back then, I'd punch him in the fucking throat. Like, fuck that
But the
guy.
crazy thing about that is like you telling how people like resembled you. It was never like that with me, especially off rip. Like when I first met you in middle school
Either.
at John's place, like it was always great, good vibes, and we bonded like immediately. And we obviously played Xbox all the time.
Yeah.
And then
Probably
bonded
different for
football.
us because we were kids.
Yeah.
But even
Kids
then-
are like,
but even then-
I mean, because I mean, when you're like 6 years old, 5 years old, meeting like yeah,
But
all kids are just.
But I had Albert in 8th grade though.
I know, but I know in
no,
kindergarten.
I mean, technically, we knew, we were
Like
playing
Xbox
Xbox.
Feud.
Yeah, we were playing Xbox. Like, we had full-on conversations for hours.
Yeah.
Like, in, what, 6th grade?
Yeah, that's really when I started playing Xbox with y'all because the thing is, I knew Devin forever and all this stuff, but I never met these people. I knew them all through John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met this dude in kindergarten.
I don't know. It just when I feel like
I mean, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah. And we're 25 now.
that is
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Because it's just like,
I mean, how many people do you think are still friends with their kindergarten friends?
and they're not like that either.
I don't even know if you and
Oh, shit.
That's
you and
fun.
Philip.
Yeah.
I just got you and Key and Bash. Me and Bash didn't really get close to later, but I've known them forever. Like,
you and Philip.
yeah.
Like, 'cause, I mean, we just went to I think. I was in Philip's class like a lot, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, just you and Philip I've known since kindergarten. Jason, Trent.
Yeah, how many
know a
people
lot of
do you hang
but like,
Oh no.
not know then like
shit, think about how close we.
I mean, but
JT were.
But even then, like, Trent, I don't hang out with them, but for him to still keep in touch with us as much as he does,
That's
like,
true.
and invite us to
Yeah,
places,
yeah. That's
still a
super
lot.
cool. Because like most people won't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
bad
that's
too.
super cool.
Yeah.
Am I not supposed to have this on the table?
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Come on, dude. You gonna buy us a new table?
Man, fuck this table. Shit, that's the job.
He said it, not me.
You're trying to get a new table.
It does the job, bro. This is just the tip table.
But yeah, so like, long story short, or I mean, I kind of went on for a little bit, but like, the person who I am now is, damn, like if you knew me from high school to now, like, this is the best version of me so far, and it's just continuing to grow, because every day is, at least for me, like, I'm so conscious about growing in some way, shape, or form every day, even just the slightest, mentally and like spiritually and emotionally. And that's like, those are three things that I hold like very dear to my heart. So,
False round.
Nah, it's crazy just going from there, and then I guess it was as different, like going to school, and then because I met Carlos through you, so then I got close with Carlos. We were always really like good friends in high school, but I got like super close with Carlos when I went to college because he just hit me up, and then I just talked to him every day. And then with you, more in senior year, we kind of started falling off because like we were still always like best friends, super close, but it was when you had first started dating Audra, and then you stopped playing football. So like we didn't have any football like periods anymore. Didn't play games.
We didn't have any.
Yeah, we didn't have anything
together.
Like and it was just like damn, because since I've known you, you were just so good at football and like really good and really talented and was on varsity early too. Like so I was just like when you quit, I was like, damn, this man Albert really. And then Devin quit later on throughout the year, and it was like all y'all were talented. So like for me, so when I kind of started, I mean, I was still playing. I like kind of separated, and then I went to school, and then you would still check on me every now and then, but we kind of started falling off, and it was just like I don't know if it was just more of just like I guess a weird transitional period because I mean that was when I got kind of close to like the crew, and I hung out with them a lot, and the only person I really hung out with from like the original group was really Carlos. So it's like
I mean, those 4 years.
That's crazy, like that weird shit.
Those 4 years, just for me, was just finding me as a person, like really figuring out who I am as an adult, like because I chose not to go to college, so for me it's like, well, I'm an adult now, like I'm not in school. So
remember that fire video we did, and
video?
Yeah, fire video we did. You asked us like 4 or 5 questions.
Oh yeah, it was at old girl's house.
And
shall not be named.
What? You asked us like 4 or 5 questions, and then you forgot to stop the camera, and then we like lost half the video, and we just had audio.
Yeah, because it was when you had just hidden them from us, and you were like, okay, well I have some questions.
Yes.
For you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
I wish we released that video. It was such a good video.
That shit was live.
You want us to what?
I wish we released it. That was such a good video.
Do we have it like in the vault?
No,
We just scrapped it.
No.
Damn.
There's probably a lot of stuff we lost.
Oh, the only reason I brought that up because that was one of the questions of like, do you think you should have to go to college or something like that?
Oh yeah.
It was
Like
that.
college necessary.
It was college necessary, and then do you think waiters should be tipped all the time or something?
Yeah,
like
you
that?
like, do you think waiters should always receive a
Man, I forgot what.
Shit like that.
And
I don't
then
know
something about is it okay for transgenders to play guy sports or
That's the current topic.
transgenders to play guy or girl sports, whichever they choose?
Man, that was a
And then I forgot the other one. Oh, is it okay to like have your kids like be like I guess scientifically built or something like that? I forgot how.
Oh, like
stated.
genetically modified.
Yeah,
like should we be able to?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I just answered that one.
Yeah, it was that video.
Bro, I'm 5'9", maybe with the good shoes 5'10". My son is gonna be 6'5", 280,
absolutely.
yoked.
Absolutely.
I don't care how much I gotta pay. He's going D1. Like that shit will pay for itself.
Facts. Get
I
that
mean,
free
hopefully.
education.
Yeah, I mean, at that, you know what? That's just another conversation. We'll scrap it.
But,
We can go on and on forever on
But
that.
I guess going back to you saying you were finding yourself. What were you doing? I mean, we know, but like, what to the audience? Shit, I don't know what the fuck that is. That shit goes on back. It's probably back. Yeah, it is. It's not fine. You got the hose or something. But
Just group chat.
shit, I'm not even looking at it. My shit on D&D. Come on now. But anyways, like, what were you doing during those 4 years when I guess we were in school and then Carlos was working and stuff too?
I mean, shit, I was working, job hopping, fucking doing pyramid schemes, MLM, all that shit. And that actually, like, you know what? I will say this on record, like, multi-level marketing, something like that. But like,
I want to hear this on this because motherfuckers that be trying to tell me to do Forex and all this bullshit.
like,
A lot of people don't know what pyramid scheme is for one, but go ahead.
but so basically referring friends to like sell a product or market product, whatever. I was doing that, but I will never regret doing that because one, that taught me how to communicate better with people. That taught me how to work better with people. And like, so basically all the intangible skills that I gained doing that, like, have basically set me up to be in the position I'm in at work now that have translated because one, I chose to continue to hone those skills because it's just not easy.
Nah, that's not easy, and it's just like I feel like you also meet like a lot of shitty people.
100%.
Like,
And that's why if y'all know, I mean, y'all two know that I'm very
shitty.
I'm gonna tell you right now, people that do like Forex, pyramid schemes, things like that, if you like don't do their thing, then they act like you're not grinding or whatever. And I can't stand these people only because they post a life of them like traveling, buying cars, doing like extravagant luxury shit that a rich person would do. Like
but they still live with mom and dad.
But they all act like that. So I don't know how they get brainwashed. So I want to
no, so like I think it really is just like
not all, but like 90%, a lot.
Well, so I think it really is just trying to put off this perception to try and get people to buy a product or service, whatever it may be. But, and this is why I said, like, I mean, the person y'all knew 2 years ago when we started this is dead.
For sure.
So, like, who I am. And so, like, it's just constant growth on, like, taking those experiences through all that in those 3 years and, like, actually pondering and sitting on, okay, well, this is what happened. Here's how to take the best parts of that and then carry it over to actual life situations that are important, that are going to play a crucial role in my life.
What'd you do that was a pyramid scheme?
Well,
That's not a pyramid scheme.
Yes, it is.
Or-
Well,
It's
people,
not.
no. I call it a pyramid scheme because
It's
people.
not. What is Gabby? It's the same concept. It's literally the same
I
concept.
know that.
No.
Gabby's not a pyramid.
But see, some people
It's
don't
still
know what
it's-
MLM is called,
yeah,
so that's
yeah,
why I said
yeah.
pyramid scheme, because people were like, "Oh shit, I know what that is." You know,
Yeah.
if I say MLM, they're like, "What's?" He was even like, "What's MLM?" But then as soon as I said pyramid scheme, like people were like, "Oh shit, like that guy. He was that guy."
Like you make money because you have people under you.
Yeah,
like a team.
Yeah, but like with the pyramid, like an actual pyramid scheme, people can't move above.
that wasn't the intent. I
know.
meant to use that.
I know, but
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
a pyramid
yeah.
scheme, people.
Like the true
Whatever, like-
definition of a pyramid scheme.
Yes. It's like, and that's what people actually like think.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. Like it is.
But it wasn't,
true.
for sure.
No,
It's like a moderate. It's like you can grow in it, but you still have to you still make money off of people under you.
The
Like-
number one thing that I got out of that was confidence, because having so many people like reject you and ridicule you, like you have to learn how to deal with that. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I'm just gonna keep pressing forward and do me. And so like with me starting this photography business and starting photography as a whole, I'm just like, the people that are gonna fuck with it. If not, I mean, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. So that, like I said, I don't regret a single day being there because of the person I came out on the other side.
Yeah.
So
Do you regret anything?
no.
No, not one day.
I regret not treating Audra as well as when we first started dating. And now, like, I'm grateful that we're still together because she gets to experience the person I am now. Yeah. And, like, there's a side of me that nobody sees but her. Because that's my person, dude. Like,
Teddy bear.
yeah, no, like, for real, that's.
Yeah, for sure. I understand.
And so, like, that's one of my biggest regrets. And then my second biggest regret is not seeing Linkin Park live before Chester died. No, dead ass. That's my favorite
That
band.
shit just threw me
What?
off.
So random.
Those the only two regrets I have in my life.
Part 5.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
and
That's
like
good.
I
Let's
said,
check your face.
I have nothing to hide, like, because of who I am, now. Like, I'm proud of who I am now. I'm proud of all the shit that I went through to get here. So, and like, I mean, I tweeted a while back, like, I'm starting to love me like Kanye loves Kanye, you know? Because I fucking love me, dude. Bro, like, a lot of people don't know, and I'm going to say, a lot of this shit I'm going to say on record, because,
Yeah, dude. Get your shit off, bro. Sure.
bro, when I was a server at Joe's Crab Shack, there were times where I couldn't pay my car note, and we were, 19, 20? We just graduated high school. But anyway, like, bro, Audra would pay my car note, because she, for real, was like, okay, like, you can't do it, but I'm going to take care of you. Like, I'm going to help you out, because, like, we're a team. And that's how it is now, bro. Like, I fucking... Like, the position I'm at work, like, my goal is to retire her by 30, if not sooner. Because she has had my back so much through everything, through my growth. I mean, like, through everything, bro. She's had my back from day one.
Dude, I fuck with this.
Yeah, no, so, like, why would I not? And that's why I said, like, I'm so grateful she gets to experience the person I am now. Because, like, who I am now is, goddamn, like, light years ahead of who I was back then. And so, if I can provide the life that she wants, that she's always dreamed of, that's, like, on my bucket list, is to take care of her and my dogs. I love my dogs. So, my dogs are my kids until I have kids. And even then, they'll still be my kids. Like, I love my dogs.
Another one?
Nah.
You sure?
Not until it makes sense.
It makes sense for
Yeah.
sure.
So, I mean, yeah, like, a lot of people don't know, like, Audra helped me out a lot financially when I was fucking job hopping, and, like, she was just making sure that I was afloat. And so now it's my goal to make sure that she never has to worry about anything ever again. And that's where I'm at, like, I'm at a position of work to make that actually a reality within the next couple of years. And that's what I plan on doing.
No doubt. Like, it's cool to hear that, because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we all still don't know about each other that we had to deal with on our own mentally, or just other circumstances. So it's cool to, like, you get that on record. Because I mean, that's something I didn't know. Like, I knew things were tight, but and like we'll elaborate.
That was at 19.
Yeah, and that's why. And honestly, that's probably like, hearing that is probably like, I think when you start World Adventures before that, right?
No, that was like in the middle of
that.
it.
So like, but hearing stuff like that, it's like you were vulnerable to like shit like that, because you like see like what you could earn or get or whatever. It's like, so now it makes more sense to like people that didn't know, like me being one of your best friends and like seeing you change and shit like that. I was just like, why? But like hearing it now, and then even when we first started shooting and we were talking about like off grid, like we'll get into it later, like just off grid, like trying to make money and stuff. And hearing like what you were dealing with then and before then, it made sense when you finally told us stuff, and we were just like, okay, like it makes sense.
I mean, we can dive into that topic.
No,
now.
we're going that. Yeah, whatever you want to get into, we'll talk about it.
I mean, as far as like the content growing as a whole, like my editing has gotten better, my camera work has gotten better, and the reason that is because when I first started photography, it was a blazing passion. It still is. Like, I love photography and videography more today than I did when I first started.
I feel it's because you got to experience the fun stuff. That's why.
And so, well, yes and no. It was all necessary. Like, it was all necessary to get to where we're at now, as far as all of our content. And so, like, for me, when I first started, I wasn't necessarily worried about the dollar sign because I was still at my parents'. But when we moved out, that was when I was like, oh shit, like, I never moved out before. We were 20, we just turned 22. And I was like, shit, like,
you started photography?
I think he said you started like a couple months before.
June something. And that's actually why I have this tattoo, is because what made me want to get into photography was an Odessa concert. And like at that time where I was like financially,
Sorry, Coach, what 2019?
Yes, that's when I like actually was like. Remember I told y'all?
Well, that's what I was like trying to think. I was like, did he like how far in were you? Because I don't know, for some reason I thought it was like 3 years before that, but
No,
a few months before we even started there.
yeah. And so June of 2019 was that Odessa concert where I was at mentally and financially. I was like, man, like, one, it's still the best show to this day that I've ever been to, concert-wise. And it's crazy because the energy and the atmosphere at that concert is indescribable. And so where I was at mentally and financially, like, in a rough time, I was like, damn, if I could stay in this moment forever, like, I would. And seeing they had, like, the camera crew, and I was like, damn, that would be dope to, like, capture memories like that and, like, actually be able to, like, in a sense, relive that experience. It'll never be the same, but in a sense, relive that experience. And that's why I started photography, because I was like, I can do that. Like, I can create moments and capture moments for not only myself, but for people I know, loved ones, and help them relive that experience in a sense.
Did you move out before you got a camera, or got a camera then moved out?
Got a camera, then moved out.
When did you move out? November?
Nah, it was like, I think it was like next summer.
Yeah, they
So we already did like
we had started shit before they moved
We
out.
had been filming already.
Yeah, they moved out right before you, like right when COVID hit, around there, and then because that's when you had left, and we had recorded all that shit before you left the first time, and we had it like ready to be edited, and then like that's when he wasn't talking to us at all.
Yeah, that was a crazy.
That and again, that
Well,
was
no, the reason I brought that up is because, like, at the beginning for us, it always, when we would be together and talked about it, for some, I guess the way it came off to us, it was always like
about the money.
about the money, yes,
100%.
and it was like, and me and him were like, dude, like,
We just want to do this for fun.
well, no, that wasn't the case. It was more of,
We just
we
know
know
it's
the
gonna
money's
be-
not going to come
we
like
know it's
that.
gonna be a
Yeah,
slow
yeah.
grind. Realistically, we knew like 5 years.
So, again, the reason I started photography was because of the place I was in mentally and financially. But that passion, the purpose behind starting it, was kind of lost in hindsight.
You're good.
No, you're good.
You're good. Keep going. I'll come back.
The purpose why it was started was lost in hindsight of the money. It was basically clouded by the money because I was like, man, I need to make more money. Like, and I didn't have the job I'm at now, so like, you can probably clip this because this is actually good. Like, as someone who, one, from the last 2 years, my income has increased by 33% overall. And at the time before, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel fully. But, like, I promise you it gets better. Like, I promise you. And it may be hard to see at times, but, like, everything ends up getting better. And so, like, it's hard to see in those times. But so, like, where I was at, from minus 33% of my income, like, having to pay rent, where the first 6 months we didn't even know if we were going to make it. Like, it's hard to find your passion through that. It's doable, but it's hard to find your passion through, well, shit, am I going to be evicted next month? For 6 months straight, you know?
Yeah.
So, like,
Did you work 2 jobs or no?
I mean, I did DoorDash on the side.
But were you still working at HEB?
I think that was right before HEB, and then
Where did you
Even-
do before HEB?
what was that, Tiff's?
And then you did Randall's.
No, that was like right after high school. That was forever ago. I was at Tiff's for a while.
That's right. You were at Tips.
But like, I mean, even then, like, one job not being enough to where I have to go do DoorDash is like, fuck. Like, I don't want to go DoorDash. I want to do photography. You know?
Does she have 2 jobs ever?
Huh?
Did she ever have 2 jobs?
I think like high school. She like, no, I don't think so.
Y'all just didn't want to get part-time jobs? Like, I got a full-time job and, like, get off of that and go to a part-time job?
A couple times a week.
I did for a little bit at Tiff's. Well, she was an assistant manager at Tiff's, so she made way better money. Like, she was what was keeping us afloat, bro. Like, and when I was at Tiff's, like, towards the end of it, I worked at a GNC as well part-time. So, like, half through the week I was working at Tiff's, half through the week I was working at GNC and doing that. So, I mean, like, it helped, but really, like, not really, bro. And so, like I said, where I was at financially and mentally back then to, like, now starting a new hobby that, one, is expensive as fuck. Y'all know how much this gear is.
Yeah.
Like, to be in a bigger financial hole because of the gear I want to get, which I don't regret either. And we can,
Yeah, for sure.
basically, I opened up a bunch of credit cards and bought the gear I needed as far as like buying the best of the best Mac. And like, I think I spent like 20 grand through credit cards. But I don't regret that because that 20 grand was my tuition for college, you know?
Yes.
And the skill that I've learned now has, one, opened so many opportunities, networking, like, so again, everything costs something, but like, I don't regret it. And like,
You don't. I mean,
I
your
don't
life.
yeah. No, and so like now the position I'm in, like I'm able to pay that down like more, like,
Yeah.
you know?
You just chip away, and then I mean, you'd rather be in debt for something that's because I remember one of the things that Carlos made me realize, because just being like an accountant and just how I am with my money.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a PC forever, and I couldn't do it, but I kept just waiting and doing it. And Carlos was like, you just gotta order it because if you don't, you'll never get it. So fuck it. So I just ordered it, and I was like, fuck. I was mad. I was like, damn, I just spent $1,500 or whatever. But Carlos was like, nah, just look at it as like an investment. And then same thing when you had gotten your camera and we had to rely on you to shoot, and you were just like, you kept talking about like how you had spent all this money to get your gear, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a camera, so I could at least have my own and like learn and stuff. And all you're saying is it is an investment, but it's better than going out to the club or bar or whatever.
Sure, I don't do any of that shit.
You know what I'm saying? People get in debt from buying drinks in sections, and like that shit. Yeah, you had a good time. Yeah, you might network and meet some good people too, but the chances of that happening, most people go out for like specific.
This is a hot take. You don't go out to network. That shit, like 99% of the time, like that shit's not effective.
I agree.
And so like
the only time you do is if you meet someone and then you're like, oh, I'm getting this, or oh, let's go get a drink. That's different.
If you're meeting someone who like is getting a section, you know,
Yeah.
and they already got money.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
people you go out with every weekend, they don't got. I mean,
Well,
no,
it
they're not.
depends.
Yeah, like you got money, but like,
because there's some rich people who
I
just
don't know,
go,
bro.
who just bar hop.
I mean, he's kind of on the same page. He doesn't go out really.
Nah.
But like, I got so much shit to do that like I don't even think like going out just for me because of so much I want to accomplish. Going out for me is just like that's a fucking waste of time.
Well,
at least for me.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I feel like
I get why people go out. I don't know. Just working in a bar, seeing like the prices of bottles and how much they are, and how much you actually pay when you just do that shit at home.
going out
with
with
friends, like just being like we had people over the last weekend. You know, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I knew
So
shit. We spent bar money at karaoke.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like
$35
moderation.
not really that much. That's what.
We were there from 9 to 1.
That's like 2 drinks downtown. Because you gotta include the tip.
It's like, man, I'm not tipping motherfuckers.
That's fucked up.
I'm not gonna tip somebody that made me a fucking vodka soda in 30 seconds, especially when I'm fucking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna.
He's that guy.
No, I tip them, but I'm not gonna. I tip them like $1. I'm not gonna tip, bro. I'm not gonna tip somebody, especially when motherfuckers be charging $20 at Rainy. I'm not charging somebody $5.
Oh shit.
That's why you gotta be like,
Bro, they don't care. They make so much money anyways. They're
I
bartenders.
guess. But imagine if everybody had the same mindset as you.
I don't know. That's
It
just
just-
get another job and complain about the money. That's what I always.
I mean, it's not necessarily their fault, bro. It's like we should pay.
We should, but like
That's
at the end of
another
the,
conversation.
I know I'm saying we should, but if you complain about the
I
money,
ain't gonna lie, that's kind of fucked up. Like you on tip $1.
I mean,
it depends on
Like,
what
bro,
it is.
you gotta
If I buy a beer, I'm not tipping you fucking $3 on a $5, $6 beer.
That's different. But when you order like shots and drinks,
Well, yeah, if I
like
order $70 worth of shots, I'll tip you 10. I'm not tipping you $30. I'm not spending $100 on 7 shots. Like I said, if you want a better job, then get another job. You can change your
it's
life.
different. Yeah, I agree to an extent,
Like,
but it's
I don't
different
know,
because we've been in the
Yeah, I understand.
But you have to realize like how like sure they're doing that, and sure they're only giving you one beer, sure they're only making you one drink, but bro, you don't understand how like hard and gruesome.
You know how much money they make though? They make a fuckload of bartenders. Make
Less than you think.
They make a lot
Less than you
at
think.
popping bars.
Less than you think.
Bro, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm not gonna be air people's business out, but I know bottle service girls specifically.
Yeah, okay, but that's bottle service.
Yeah,
That's
they're
not
making like
bartenders.
not bartenders.
some of them made like $4 grand in a weekend.
That's not bartenders.
Like I
Yeah.
said,
Because
anyways,
all of that is like split up between people. Now, like if there's 10 bartenders, You gotta split that with 10 people.
I don't know, bro. I just don't complain about anything because I'm not gonna change it. So like I said, if they're struggling with the money, then like just do
What if
something
that's their
else.
side job though? Like that's their way to
Find
like make
another side job.
Well, see, like
If
I
you
said,
hate it
I
that
get
much.
what he's saying to an extent. To
I
an
do too,
extent.
but like you can't hate on people that
I'm
much.
not hating
like,
on them. I'm just saying like it's my money too. I busted my ass for that money. I can spend it how I
and
want
they're trying to bust their ass to make the money.
Yeah, that's fine.
But at the same time,
still
you're choosing to go to a bar that does charge
Yeah.
$10.
That's my choice.
So
Just like it is my choice
So
to
like
tip them. Like I'm not saying I don't tip poorly. I'm gonna tell you that.
yeah,
I don't
clarify
I
that.
don't tip poorly, but I'm not gonna like I don't know, bro. Like they be taxing, and like half the time they be charging, especially when motherfuckers that charge gratuity already to the ticket. You're definitely not gonna tip from me. What the fuck? Like I'll get a $12 drink, $5 gratuity.
20% included, then yeah.
Like fuck no. There's like additional tip. No. But anyways, don't get on.
I think it is different because of
100%.
we've actually worked it. Like
100%.
it's some long grimy hours, dude. It's some long grimy hours, and it's like it does. Like it does suck when you do make a like because I'm sure there is people who buy 7 shots and don't tip because they can't afford to tip, but they just bought the shots because
They wanted to look cool.
Or they got talked into it.
Yeah, and
your body shots.
And you said that like you know that from experience.
I mean, I've gotten talked into buying someone a drink, but not shots like that.
But that's
You don't get
But
a
it
drink.
does-
I'm like, yeah.
it does suck when you go and you make those 7 drinks and like here's $1,
Yeah, that's insane though.
here's $2.
I've never done no shit like that.
I know, but like to go to your argument, like it sucks when you just see that shit.
It's not necessarily about like it's about the principle behind
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure. But also, you gotta pay for the service. Motherfucker ain't serving me, and I've been
at
there
a
for.
bar.
I don't care.
You know,
If
how
I'm
many people
sitting-
are trying to get
No,
a drink
there's
in
been
front of
times
you?
where I've sat in front of people, especially dudes, bro. Girls, it's not lit. I know you serve pretty quickly, but like dudes, not like that. Dudes, just like they be bullshitting, bro, and then they'll go serve all these chicks, and then they'll come back, and I'll be like, you just served these 8 people who they just look good, and like you want to serve them, and I'm just sitting here, and then I'm just like, if I have to wait, I'm not finna tip. Like, no. I'm also kind of like, I'll let you know how it is. Like, I'm like, you took forever. Like, fuck no. But yeah. Anyways, going back to going out. Besides, we got the tip tangent. Like, just going out in general.
I was saying I typically never like went to unless the bar was empty. I never like went up to somebody, asked them what they wanted. They usually like, hey, can you give me this? And I just remember like, yeah, I got you, and just like keep going about my business.
Yeah, but that's just.
See, you were a bartender. I was like,
Yeah,
how
but like
that
if you
is.
tell the if you tell the bartender like, hey, I'm trying to order, like if
I
you
don't
go up
say
there,
that.
no, that's when you're like, hey, can I get a? That's all you gotta do. That's really all you gotta do. You don't. If you sit there and wait, I promise you're gonna get with
It depends, bro. Like, you're saying this, but like, it's just like talk about bar is a lot different than a bar versus fucking like.
That is true.
It is true, but like
It's
at the same
just
time,
way
it's
more
still
hectic.
like it's like you have to like, bro.
You're
You gotta
doing
realize
more
how much stuff
shenanigans.
how much stuff is going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's just more hectic. So it's like.
And no, I'm talking about for them. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're just standing there, for one, how much stuff is going on. For two, what they're doing as well. As in the extra festivities they're taking on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Those party rocks
yeah, you know how they get,
out there shuffling.
Yeah. So you gotta like take into account of that too. Like, bro, they're focused.
Yeah.
So if they don't like, I promise you, sometimes they probably do not see. Like, you can be in front of them, they're just like so.
It's tunnel vision.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's
You
so
got-
much shit going
There's a
on.
lot of shit going on. You're trying
And then I much rather would ignore one person and then mess up 3 other people's drinks, and those 3 people be mad at me than that one person.
And I'd rather, I guess going back to you, I'd rather help 6 people who are trying to get drinks so they got more money than the one person that's not going to send me shit.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, no. But going back to going out, how you were saying like you'd rather like hone your skills and do other stuff. The more busier I've gotten this year, and also just based off of events last year, I don't want to go out as much this year unless it's for like a reason. Like as far as I really haven't been going out much unless we plan something. We've been doing like we've been doing like activities, but it hasn't been like to the bar or club. It's been like other shit, which is more what I prefer anyways.
Or like kickbacks.
Yeah, just like hanging out and
Which is
stuff.
cool.
Which is what I prefer anyways, but like until Carlos like kind of was going through like his revolution and change and stuff,
Yeah.
I was just told him, I was like, going out is just like how you are with the game. Like it's like yeah, so you're spending less money, but from a time standpoint, unless you're like at this age, unless you're like a pro or streaming, gaming is still essentially a waste of time. Everything is technically a waste of time. Even this shit is technically a waste of time, especially because we're not making any money and stuff like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. Like some people just live to go like work and go to the club every weekend, and they're okay with that. But that's not us, and that's also not like what y'all do.
And let me like just clarify. Don't make it seem like I'm grinding 24/7 and I'm better than everybody, because I'm not, and I'm not like grinding all. Like I felt like that's how that came off earlier, but like I was listening to this dude. His name is YC Imaging. It's one of the YouTube channels that like.
Is that black dude?
Yeah. And that was what was really cool, because I was like, damn, he's like the only non-white guy making it big in photography. And you know, like now it's starting to become more common, but I was like, damn, like I'm brown and like this dude's a minority too, like, and I'm not trying to like pull the race card or anything, and so like he was making it a full-time thing, and like he was like, look, photography, you need to also have hobbies outside of it, because at first it is going to be a hobby, you're not going to be making money. And he was like, but you can, if you want, have hobbies that help with photography. So for example, I'll watch movies, I'll watch anime, and all that stuff is basically like Kuna was saying, studying film. That all has helped my edits, my camera work, everything that, even though I'm not working with the camera or editing, my hobbies have indirectly benefited my main hobby / side job. I mean, I do make money off of this with certain gigs. And so, like, that has elevated me to the next level just by taking the time to have that hobby outside of my, quote, hobby.
What's crazy, too, is, like you said, having those other hobbies outside of it, because, I mean, it does feed into that. It does help you generate, you know, other skills and stuff. It's like me with cars. Like, I like cars and stuff. I don't edit and film as much as you guys. I have been taking a lot of pictures though. I've been doing.
I know, bro. I see your edits are nice.
Yeah, I'm getting better, but like it does help, because I mean, everything's a perception. It's still art. Like you like darker pictures. Mine, I guess, are like a little brighter. I guess like if I had to like think of like an example, but it's just.
I like more contrast as far as like. I don't want everything to be like bright and vibrant.
Yeah, I got you.
And
it's
all
all
subjective,
and that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know, bro. Like the edit that you're disappointed about, somebody might fuck with it just because it looks like old school.
I wasn't disappointed about the edit. It was more of just
the outlook.
Yeah, the camera look.
But I think too, like you have to think about it as like rappers, and they have like like everyone has a different flow, or like and some people have similar flows.
Well, no. So what happened was it's the camera. The picture looked like just a manila sheet of paper. It'll just look really, really yellow, and you'll see it on Friday. But like I tried to like color it the best I could, and I was pissed because it's like, dude, I hate this because this is not how it should look. I don't want it to look like this. I don't want to put this out because it just does not look good at all. I hate it, and then that's what I was like annoyed about and mad about. Is because I wanted to look a certain way.
Yeah, but that's because the stuff we've worked together with, and like the stuff you've put out. You're just holding yourself to that higher standard, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, I think until recently, I've actually been completely happy with my work. Up until like the last 3 months, or maybe like, starting 2022, that's when like everything I've done, I'm like, this shit is good. This shit is nice. I love this. But back then I was like, oh, like it's cool, but like I could have done this.
Oh no, because like,
and so like I get what you're saying, because I was the exact same way.
It sucks because like, I'm always gonna, everything we put out, I'm just gonna be like, not that it wasn't good, but I'm like, dude, this could be something.
But you have to learn that balance between, like, because then if you're continuously hard on yourself,
it's more of the potential that I know that we can do.
Yes.
No, it's more of the potential that I know we can do rather than what we're doing. That's what it is.
I mean, but to get to the end goal, you have to take these steps. Like,
for sure, you
can't just be like, oh shit, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna edit like Peter McKinnon and have the most cinematographic fucking footage ever, where everything looks 4K even though it's shot in 1080p. It's like, you're not gonna get that tomorrow.
You're also just so go. Like well, we've gotten better, but like you do see the future and like know the future of this and insane, but it's like you're like, fuck, I want to do that shit like now because like some stuff is attainable, but you do have to find that fine line of it. You just got to, if you're getting 1% better. For example, just showing up and shooting this after like not having to guess like unexpectedly, like still doing this, it's like that's at 1%. We could have easily been like, we don't gotta shoot, like we have something done for Friday, but now we're shooting every Wednesday. We gotta keep doing it, even if it's like that day we shot the reactions or just something. We gotta do something. So yeah. I mean that's just how you gotta look at it. I mean, yes, you aren't as happy as you were with it. You just gotta look at it like. This is another rep, bro. We're gonna put out so much shit, it's gonna get lost in the wash anyways. That's how I look at it.
It ain't gonna be you either.
No, I'm gonna be somebody hard.
Exactly.
But
retiring soon.
But no, let me just clarify and say, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not just grinding the entire time and like never sleep and do all this. Like, when I was learning photography and YC Imaging was one of the guys I watched, which was super cool because he was like the only black dude that I had seen, or like the only minority, because a lot of the other people I'd seen were like white dudes. And to see him like as a minority making this a full-time thing, like that was super cool to see. But he was talking about how having hobbies outside of your hobbies, example photography, are so important because, and like for me, for example, I watch movies and anime, and like those have all helped my editing style, my camera work, everything. And so even though like I'm taking that downtime to watch TV, it's indirectly affecting my work, my hobby / side hustle. Because I mean, I do get paid from some gigs, but like it's helped elevate that to the next level just by taking the time to quote decompress. So like I do take time to decompress.
well, going from there to around this time last year, we went out to Arizona. Most of y'all might know that, but I guess the question I asked Carlos was more the fact of how was your journey there? How did you feel seeing that environment, these other creative people doing what they love to do, doing what they're doing, their interaction? How did you feel like about us at the time? And then why was there? Because I mean, at least for us, it felt so great, so amazing. So why was there like a stop or like a pause after that?
There's so much like to like digest with that question because I felt so many different things, and I love this question. So first off, shout out to De La Rue Boys because y'all are the fucking truth, and y'all are some of the most genuine people I've ever met, and I'm grateful to have even shared a room with y'all. So shout out y'all, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. But getting to actually see, like, first off, Cayman, we had done his Off-Topic here. The file got corrupted. We lost that podcast. Excuse me. When we actually got to do his Off-Topic again, we learned more about him that wasn't uncovered here. And actually getting to know Cayman as Cayman versus Cayman the artist was something that I was grateful for because the type of person he is aligns with who I want to be as far as helping people, just having that hospitality, being genuine. And same with Braxton, like when we did his Off-Topic and his I Believe in You movement, like that, even though he was grinding the whole time, like this man was grinding. And even though he got to sit down with us the few moments that he did, like I got to learn about him as a person. And it made me feel good because of how I talked about earlier, the person I was 2 years ago is dead, you know? The person I was last month is dead, and so on and so forth. But like who I want to be as a person and who I want to grow, continue to grow, them being those types of people shows that like I have grown into that type of person because the type of people you want to attract into your life, you have to become first. And so that was the first thing that I was like, damn, like I'm grateful. The second thing is just seeing them be boys, man. And like, even though they work together, like at the end of the day, we're boys first. You know, like y'all are my brothers first. And seeing that versus that's something we didn't have when we first started this because I was always showing up to film and showing up to edit only, and we never really took the time to just kick it.
Yeah.
And so like now that we are actually like brothers first again, it shows in our content. Like, look at what y'all have done. Y'all have moved on from, so to say, need me to show up to film. Yeah. And like y'all have pushed yourselves, and y'all have grown as creators, as people, you know? And like just the deep conversations we have off camera, like y'all have grown as people too. So like that was cool to see them be brothers first before being coworkers.
Yeah.
And that inspired me to continue to basically grow in the way I communicate with y'all and communicate effectively, and so that way we can grow all together. And so I mean, it did a lot for me. Like I'm very grateful I took that trip because I almost didn't go.
Yeah.
We wanted you to go so bad.
I mean, we wanted you to go. I mean, that's what I told him. We just like, let's get his ticket. You know, like.
It also proved to us how serious we're about everything.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like,
it wouldn't have been the same without you there, dude, because we didn't know half the stuff we know now. And obviously, same for you, but like, it was cool to have like our own like person that was also good with camera and editing,
absolutely,
along with us.
It just felt nice for me to have like the team
all of us there too.
Yeah. And I mean, the conversations we had late at night, just talking and like seeing where our vision wants to go, and like really, bro, we hadn't caught up. Like, I missed so much of your college, bro, your stories. But the story, like, I missed so much that like you telling me all that, and like the mental growth that you went through college, and like, and I mean the mental growth you went through, like it was necessary. Like that trip happened because it needed to happen.
Yeah.
So like, and then it, like I said, it made our relationship as friends better again. Like, it's hard to rekindle, like, bro, rekindling a friendship after almost 5 years of not talking. We're brand new people, like.
Yeah. And then just going into it too, trying to start something together, like, I mean,
it's hard.
It's hard, bro. You know, you're, especially when everyone's goals aren't in line, you know, like, I felt like, from my perspective, I felt like, anything, I was like more not saying I weren't consistent and not like tooting my own horn, but I feel like I was like the most. No, I was just kidding. I feel like I was like the most consistent from the start, just because like with obviously there were some times where we'd get on my ass and stuff, but I'm talking about from like just accountability, like showing up the film, doing like my part of the pod.
With the podcast, yes.
Yeah, and then like Carlos would be kind of he would be like he was serious, and I know how much he wants it. But it wouldn't be shown, and I was just like, you gotta give me more, you know, you gotta give me a little more. And then with you, it was just like we'd have months where we would just super quick, edit super quickly, and then you would just fall off the face of the earth. So then we just like, what's going on? So it's like,
yeah, it
was hard because like,
and that was my fault for not communicating that effectively, because I was doing other camera stuff as far as paid gigs that I wasn't getting paid for to learn how to get better with the camera, and so like. That's why I said, like, with the podcast, you were the most consistent. Yeah. But, like, with the craft, I'd say we were about even if me
for sure.
More, because I was, I was still grinding. And, like,
you were right. That was, like, at the time, like, we didn't, you know, I was just like, what is he doing? Like, and obviously, like, yes, I could have been, like, I should have held myself accountable. Like, if I was getting that frustrated, I should have fucking learned it myself. And when you told us that, like, you had a point also. Like, yeah, we could have been doing it too. Obviously, there's expectations, like, cause us probably not to do it, but it's like, at the end of the day, we all are capable enough to edit something if it came down to it.
Do y'all remember the conversation I had with y'all before we even filmed our first podcast? While we were like...
I remember the conversation the second day, or
maybe it was the second day.
You told me in my room, it was early, it was like a Saturday morning.
Yeah. I said, if y'all don't do this anymore, I'm still going to do my shit.
Yeah.
I'm still going to work with the camera. And I hope if I don't ever work with the camera again, y'all still continue to do y'all shit. And I meant that. Like, even if that sounds like an asshole, like, I mean that. If y'all stop doing podcasts, I'm not going to put down a camera. You know? And I hope if I put down a camera, which I won't, but I hope y'all do this with or without me.
Yeah.
You know?
No doubt.
And I meant that.
No doubt.
And so, like, that... When I told you that I wasn't going to edit the podcasts anymore and you were going to have to figure it out, I didn't do that because I didn't want to help y'all. Like, I did that for y'all's growth, so that way y'all could be like, well, shit, Albert's not gonna edit.
That was
this.
the most important thing you could have ever done for Opinionated.
And it wasn't out of, like I said, it wasn't because I was being lazy. It wasn't because I was spiting y'all.
Yeah.
It was doing that for y'all. And
Yeah.
y'all may not have seen that at the time. I know you were probably like, fuck this guy.
Well, I think at the time,
I don't even remember.
that was like,
I don't think at that time, like at the very, because we've talked about like our last conversation of that, like us, like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
That was like when we all finally got together on the same page. I was like, all right, that's what we got to do then. And now everybody knows like their role and what they're doing and what has to be done. So at that time, I don't think I was like that. I was like, all right,
because we knew it, but like it was.
And bro, it's shown. Like like the stuff you put out is great. And I know you're like, oh, I could have done this better. Like you're always gonna feel like that. I'm always gonna feel like that to an extent. But like, coming from someone who has edited these podcasts from the jump, like your shit looks great, and you need to know that, bro.
Yeah, especially because there's I'm like, well, damn, Carlos, like there's definitely times where, and that's another thing. I guess with you, I know what you're capable of. You gotta like build upon it. Like you can't like edit like, for example, do like a pod like David's where it's like phenomenal, crisp intros, and then like kind of like cut back on like a next video. Not saying you're doing
that's
that.
That's all
but,
part
like,
of the process.
You gotta like
that.
see if you can like. I'm just saying like you just gotta be able to like keep building on that.
But David's I did that because I could do that. I don't have anybody else's footage to do that.
Oh, well, that's saying like we could
That's
use
the
that
difference. I mean,
Yeah.
that's up to the
That shit was
person.
nice.
That's up to the person if they want us to put their footage out there
That's
like
true.
that.
Yeah.
That's true. I understand.
So I mean, that's all that was. It's like because I had the
With the intro and like
I had the
that's just
accessibility
fire,
to do that
Shit.
with his
That was
rather than like
that's the best thing you've ever done.
Drea, like I don't have any of her videos of her drawing or anything.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
really
think her
don't.
drawings. Shane, like all that stuff's copyrighted unless he has his own videos. Same thing with like Bryson and them. Like I didn't have any of their videos, but who says they want me to put their videos on top? I mean, I don't think they would have cared. Like,
Yeah,
it's just stuff like that. It's
For
like
sure.
I just said he was okay with me doing that, and he liked it. So that was why I did that intro like that. I would love to do more intros like that because it's fun, but it's ultimately up to the person or whatever they do if it allows them to have footage or not.
I think another thing too, what kind of sucks is I was in a weird. I'm taking it back a little bit, like in the timeline. I was in a weird spot between both of y'all because when we went to Arizona, you had said something in the room. It was when like Call of Duty was on and he was just chilling and you were like, do something, you were like edit Jessic's pod or some shit, and then he got mad.
Oh, when I was on his ass about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and he's like, I'll do it later.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
And then like, yeah, and I understand like both of y'all, but for me it sucked because I would talk to both of y'all about like accountability and stuff and like all that, and I just felt like I was like a mediator. So I was like, I've always been best friends with you, then I met him. So like the timeline was weird. I was best friends with Albert first, and then Albert falls off, and then I become super good friends with Carlos. So then we all both come back and we try to do something. Y'all are like, because I didn't really meet Carlos and butt heads. And then like a lot of times I felt like it was 2-on-1 with you. Like I felt like it felt like that. But like you had like a softer spot towards me, even though you knew Carlos first. But it's because of our friendship when I first met you. We were like best friends. So
I mean, bro, you liked anime off the jump.
And I could sense that.
And you just started watching anime, even though we've been telling you for years, bro.
Anyways,
but I could sense that. So like I was literally in the middle, like. Yeah, there wasn't really anything going on with like you and me and Carlos and me besides like other shit.
Yeah.
But like I could feel like y'all were just butt heads, and like you would talk. He was like, Albert talks to Cam like you different than me, and like shit like that. Like just
and that was again, like I said, learning how to communicate effectively with each, because the way I talk to you now is completely different how I talk to him, and vice versa. Like if we bring another team member on, when we bring another team member on. What's going to be important for me, if I'm the one helping run this, is going to learn how to communicate. How does this person click? And I have a friend, shout out my boy Tracy, Coach, you're the fucking man. And I actually met him through World Ventures, like, and I still keep in touch
That's
with him
cool.
to this day. And like, he wasn't even like anything I did didn't even benefit him financially, but he was just a mentor. He still is. He talked about how Nick Saban hires a sports psychologist every year, and it's like you can yell at this person, you can't yell at this person, and down the line, this is how you communicate with this person effectively. And like ever since he told me that, I was like, damn, like that's true. Like I can't just cookie cutter talk to y'all the same way and expect to get the same results as far as like helping push y'all to the next level to help elevate all of us. And so like that was a huge lesson for me, is learning how to communicate with both of y'all effectively in y'all's own way. And I'm still learning. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't got any of this shit figured out. I'm still learning.
My problem was I just always felt like you would talk like I was lesser of y'all to me. That's how it felt.
That's how it felt. And again, that was just me learning how to communicate. And that's
I
never how
understand
it.
that. I
That's
can
never, that was
I
never.
can definitely see
Yeah.
And it would piss me off.
Yeah. And that was never the intent.
That's why I always like rebuttal back to you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm like, fuck. Basically, I was like, well, fuck you. Like, that's how I felt in my head. Because you didn't make me feel it, but you would just talk down to me like I was lesser of like both y'all.
Yeah.
And
Nah, man.
and that's why I don't know. That's why I guess we butted heads a lot, or like I would say stuff to him, not you, because I'm not
passive aggressive.
I'm not a conversational person. I don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah.
but also
Put it on the
it
channel
sucks.
side.
It sucks for me because I just as a person in general, like I take so much in.
Yeah.
And like depending on where you are in my life and who you are in my life, I just take it. And that it shouldn't be that way, but that's how I am, and I just take it. So it's like I knew that if I said some shit, if I started a fire, if whatever happened, like that wasn't gonna benefit us in any way, just gonna make things worse. So I was like, man, like I'll just take it.
No, we had shit out that
But
day.
shit,
'cause
sometimes
I was
you
like,
don't know, bro. Because like honestly, once like I got super mad at him that one day. It's like
One day.
this was when we were at Homegirl's.
this is when I went
apartment.
hiking. Remember?
This was when we were at Homegirl's apartment. This was like
Oh,
right
was this in
before your
person?
birthday.
Was this in person?
Yeah, this was in person.
Well, whatever the times like.
Oh no! It was right before hiking. I screenshot it and was on his ass.
And I was just going.
And then like the next time we met up, he said something, and I was on his ass again.
But the thing is, like with both of us, like I fired back. So then like, because that's just how I am too. So then once that happened, like
our
we
relationship
were like better.
Yeah, because
To
I was
be
like,
honest.
I'm not telling you just to get on your ass. I'm telling you because like how he says he sees your potential. That's literally what I saw in him, and I was like, quit fucking around. And like pretty much the conversation was like, quit fucking around, and like you want to do this full time, like. And this was when again the money was more in the hindsight, but the intention was to help him grow with this craft. And so like that I remember that when because the hiking thing led up to that when we were in person, and we were just freaking verbally sparring like that day.
It's more of how you come at it is how I respond to things.
Back then,
You
or
can-
well, like
You've gotten better though now. Because I mean,
Yeah,
the thing
because-
is, you didn't.
I mean,
You weren't even
like no matter who it is, if you respond to me like on some aggressive shit, I'm like,
But then again, that's how you respond as a communicator, and that's why I was saying like after we hashed it out, after you told me, you were like, "Damn, bro, you make me feel like less than that." I was like, remember apologizing?
We had two conversations about it though, because I had one conversation when I just got back into town because I was picking up my PC at that point.
When?
I was on my way
What the
to.
hell?
Was I picking up my PC? No, but I just got back into town, and I was in Kyle. Because I was at Berg's house, and me and Alex went there for a game night with them. And I remember I was on the phone with them. And we were talking about it because I said the same thing. And then
Was this before they ever?
way before it.
Okay, yeah.
This was way before it. But we
Yeah,
had
we were
that.
already probably.
We had that conversation.
Yeah.
We were already
yeah,
living here.
Okay, cool.
And we had that conversation, and then
I think I remember that.
it just kept going on, and then like we had it again
in person. After the in person, that's when I was like, damn, like, and actually like seeing how you like genuinely like feeling how you felt and like seeing how you felt. I was like, damn, bro, like I'm sorry, because like that was wrong of me. Like that was never my intention. It was really the same intention, like helping him grow in his craft. That's really where I was at with you. And again, that's just me learning how to communicate with you, because like I have to communicate with you differently than him.
I guess for me, it's because I don't ever really come at anybody like sideways with anything like aggressiveness or talking lesser of them or whatever it is. I just
Shit, you have to sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes you do have to do that.
I feel like I don't know.
Dude, because
I think this goes back to like when Audrey was like, "Damn, you're a shitty listener," and I was like, "Damn, that actually hurt my feelings." Like, for me, you got to tell me straight up.
Yes.
And like,
yes.
I don't want no sugarcoat bullshit. I need you to be like.
But there's a way of telling people straight up and like.
It depends on the relationship.
Yeah,
like
for
sure.
When me and you had that talk in the car, like I was hard on you, like dead ass, like because I just wanted you to like stop being like that. Like there was just so much like to you, like you don't need to be like taking shit like that. So that's why I was telling you stuff straight up.
Yeah.
But
for sure, but there's different ways to go about telling somebody straight up, for sure. And it depends on whatever relationship you have on with the person.
Yeah, and that was one of those times where I was like, Carl's my best friend. Like he knows I'm not trying to like be a dick. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and if y'all tell me something and it like from the outside looking in, like y'all may tell me something that comes off as like it may come off like you coming at me sideways, but like because I've known y'all so long, I'd be like, damn, you know what, you're right. Like I need to quit fucking around. Whatever the case may be. Like if you came at me a certain way, trying to get me to get on my shit, like I would never take any offense to it because of the intentions y'all have. You know what I mean? Intent matters. Intent for sure matters. So like that plays a big role.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want to do this together. So it's like at this point, it's if someone says something about whatever is going on, then at this point, it's like.
Yeah, it's never going to be from a hostile place. It's going to be from a
like,
place of like genuine care.
Yeah. And honestly, what's crazy is like I'm at the point where it's like Carl's. I was like, thank God, like Carl's got me the pod yesterday, and it's already uploaded to Anchor and YouTube. But I was just like, thank God, because like I got my part out the way. Like I don't want to let y'all down now. Like
sure,
just because we've been so consistent, just doing my part, doing the socials, like be whatever my part is, doing that to the best of my ability, because I control that. And if I like slack off and like the momentum we're building, and it doesn't help. Like I know when you like make the shit that you're gonna be making for us, when that's done, I know it's gonna be top notch, best quality, it's gonna be fire. Carlos keeps getting better at pods, and he keeps doing them on time, and like it does suck.
Now you feel my pain, bro.
But
when I was listening to y'all's pod where it's just y'all two, he was like, "This is fucking boring." I was like, "Welcome to my world, bro. Welcome to my world. I've been learning how to use the camera, do all this shit, and I'm stuck just sitting here editing a podcast."
It's not fun, bro.
Honestly, shout out to that boy.
You just sit here and you're just like.
Facts. Dude, you ain't gotta tell me. I did that shit for how many?
Listen to one podcast 3 times.
So do I.
No, I'm saying like that's just how it is.
But shit, what I do is boring too, bro. I watch the whole podcast and I scribe the
You
fucking time.
You really are like the proofreader, bro.
Yes, and I time.
That's
That's
just one time.
Huh?
I think that's the one time.
That's cool.
He said, I said, don't make me hot again because we're talking about the Cowboys because they just lost the playoffs. And on the subtitle it said, don't make me hard again.
Nah, but for real, like, honestly, everything we do essentially is boring, and that's honestly why I'm trying to get back on my car shit and then do my hat stuff. It's like, yeah, that also is more time I gotta invest into something, but at least that's more fun to me.
Now, I'm going to talk about what we talked about over text.
Okay.
He was talking about like how he feels like he doesn't do enough with his car stuff, which is true. Like I told him he should, and he wants to start doing like the hats. Stuff. He wants to start doing like he's got a bunch of shit planned, and I was like, dude, you need to make time for that because I mean, as much as I help y'all, I need to get out of the habit. But like, even though y'all are the face of Opinionated, and I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, there's still stuff I want to accomplish personally. That my mission and everything with like what Toga stands for, that won't get accomplished necessarily. Well, I wouldn't say it that way, but like just different avenues that we're both taking with Opinionated and Toga. And so like I have to make time for Toga because that brings me peace and in turn benefits Opinionated. And so like I told him you need to make time for your stuff because one, if you grow a following through Cam Juice or Big Bang Theory, whatever user you want to use, that's going to put more eyes on Opinionated. And so, like, you have to think of it as something that's working together synergistically that is going to benefit you and all, like, it's going to benefit the brand in the long run. And so I was like, so take the time to do car stuff, take the time to do hats, take the time to do your content, because that's just as important as Opinionated. And same with you, bro. You know what? Audrey and I were talking. You need to do more daily vlogs. That shit was so interesting, bro. That shit was really good.
It was good.
And like she was saying, like, why don't you probably do more daily vlogs? I'm like, I'm
I guess because you don't. I guess because like your life
doing
is
it.
yeah.
But like, bro, like you go
I'm doing
fishing,
it.
you know, like.
Well, that's what you
video,
need
though.
to do, though.
But see,
Fishing
like you need to
videos.
like take the time to do your stuff, you know,
Yeah, you do.
like that, like for real. Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
but especially when he's in the car.
Like I'm glad I brought that up because she even asked me, she's like, "Why didn't Carlos do more vlogs?" I'm like, "He should."
Yeah, I don't know.
I was spontaneous in the moment. I'm
Do it,
actually
bro.
doing something. What else I do?
But that's what you said, though. You said, I'm doing this to prove to myself that
That
I can do it.
Yep.
And I was like, bro, like, we've all kind of reached in our own avenues. I was like, so do that, bro. Because even with streaming, you got that damn Tesseract. Like, shit, you need to. And you gain so fucking much, bro. Like, even if it's $100
$100.
you can
Yes.
yeah, you need to start streaming.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
You shut up, bro.
Yeah. So I just downloaded OBS. It's a weird spot for me, just because it's like, for streaming, it's like either funny, so people tune into you, or you're good, so people tune into you. I'm good, but I'm not like good enough to like stream good.
Yeah, but see, some of the like when like us three play games and we're just freaking
that
fucking
you
around,
gotta create
like,
your niche,
bro, like you.
But the people I play with aren't like that though. Like we laugh and stuff, but it's more of a serious thing, is what it is. Like, cause I play ranked Apex, so it's like
You know,
go
Jay is
in
like
there.
that. Y'all, I feel like y'all are getting closer.
Yeah, we're getting closer. And, like, we definitely have a good time, but it's like we're not just like out here like when we do like Call of Duty or playing Warzone, like just shooting the shit and yelling at each other.
Yeah,
Like,
that shit is funny.
Apex is like I would say more of a serious game.
It's
than,
competitive.
like Call of Duty.
It's competitive integrity.
So it's like,
I mean, why not do both?
I don't have that funniness that we had with this group versus with this group. But it's hard for me because like I like this group just as much as like this group because I love competing.
Yeah.
And I love getting better, and I love like there's a goal, and there's like there's always like you can get better and better and better. Obviously until you reach the highest level, but it's like I know what my goal is for like I guess Apex wise, so it's like obviously I want to reach that, you know.
For sure.
So it's like that's why I love this so much is because like just going back to like this stuff, it's like I just want to.
I think as you stream more though, like, I mean, bro,
I don't know.
our on-camera presence sucks. It's just like when we first started this.
That's just another.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, we're not like the greatest podcast people. We're not like fucking milk boys and shit. You know? Nah, I mean,
when you're, I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I feel like our camera presence and stuff, because she'll like turn the camera on and I'll just
But like like when we first started, we didn't have the presence. I mean, like now we're just chopping it up, and that's how every podcast y'all do is. You're just chopping it up with another person. Because y'all didn't have that at first. Because CJ was. So you just gotta get used to it.
It was just a lot of I guess lack of chemistry on camera and the lack of chemistry with each other.
Yeah, because a lot of the good thing is at least the podcast is like is co-hosted by us, so there wasn't really an issue with our chemistry because we have great chemistry. So like
it was just building us on.
But like I guess the outside chemistry off camera, like the operations, like us getting this workflow going.
I would say the chemistry on camera was
it's gotten better, but that
wasn't good just because you got to learn how to read each other, like when you should pick up or when I should pick up.
That's true.
And like what question to ask and like stuff like that.
Because that's what CJ said when they should shot lines. He was like, I'm not gonna lie, like it was kind of difficult because they don't know him like that. But I was like, yeah. But I was like, now the more and more you do it, you're gonna get better. Because like honestly, most of the guests that I brought, Carlos and when Albert was here, has never met these people, and the conversation just is already organic. And even for me, a lot of times I met them maybe once or twice, or just talked through the internet. and then they come in and they're just like, there's no struggle. Like we haven't had anyone yet that's been like awkward.
Yeah, it's just
It's
been
just
like
like-
kicking it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
So-
easier for me because I'm just a people person. I can talk to anybody, whoever it is, whatever you're doing, just have a conversation. Like we can have nothing in common, but I can still
Which
have a
is
conversation.
so
to catch
weird
your vibe.
to me, because like seeing you so introverted,
That is the weirdest shit.
and then like no, like I'm talking polar opposites. Like if you saw him off camera,
Bruh, don't even make no sense.
This
What do
man-
they have with us?
this man would live in his room if you just gave him a toilet and food and a PC. Like for the rest of his life, the world would end. He wouldn't even know.
I got the toilet and a PC in there.
That's why you don't come outside. But so and then like seeing you like create this chemistry with somebody that you just met is like
That shit is crazy.
that shit is just baffling to me because you just like I'm like, dude, who are you? Like, but no, it's
I've
like
always
it's
been
truly
like
like
that.
it's a skill. It really is a skill.
I can just spark up a conversation. Like I can just start a conversation. Like I mean, it's like I know you. I don't know. I've always been like that, and it's because you had that. I mean, it probably is because of my dad for sure.
Your dad will
Because
chop
he's
it
the
up with
same-
anyone.
Yeah, he's the same exact way, and it carried on down to me.
Is he introverted?
He is introverted. My
Really?
mom,
Yeah.
my dad would stay home if he could. My mom likes to go out.
See, that's.
But my dad like he is introverted, but he's not because like my mom just doesn't, I guess, allow it because they're always doing stuff. But if he had the opportunity to just stay home, he would stay home.
Yeah. How are
Here's
your
what they
parents?
say. My mom says at least.
My dad's more introverted, but he can have a conversation when he needs to. My mom is more outgoing.
Yeah, that's the best.
So like, yeah.
It's weird because my mom is. She's introverted when it comes to people. If that makes sense. She's not a people person. She's very, like, what's the
Reserved.
Yeah, she's very reserved. She doesn't not like talking to people, but if she doesn't have to talk to somebody, she's not.
For sure. That's so.
But like my dad, like obviously, me and him are just social butterflies. I was gone. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that's so interesting because like learning that it's like you literally like the same. Like how would you? Who are you closer to?
Me either, bro.
Neither. So you're
Like
your own.
I'm literally like I'm like my dad in some ways, but like
I would say I'm a hybrid both.
I'm a hybrid of both.
Like
both
you,
my parents are.
if you didn't know they were my parents, you wouldn't be like.
Yeah.
I mean, like personality wise, I'm not like either, man. It's crazy.
Personality wise, like my dad, but like traits, like my mom.
A lot of it's crazy. It's cool to hear this because I know both y'all's families extremely well. They're like an extended family of mine,
Yeah.
and same with my family and y'all.
Yeah.
So it's cool to hear that. And what's crazy is both my parents are extroverted, and I'm like super extroverted. Like I'll hang out, like, but I also can like shut it down and be with myself. But I'm super extroverted. Like I have a lot of different friend groups.
I feel like your dad likes to just kick it at home.
he does
You know, like I feel like your
that
dad's
man's
more
always-
introverted.
That
Than,
fool is popular. Everyone, mom, they just be always having, like,
Yeah.
like, and they just always. My dad, dead ass. There was a period of time where my dad would just go do normal shit and would always run into somebody. Dad, like every time I was with him, I was like, he's always, hey, like, I was like, how do you know all these people? And then it's even gotten like every time I've been going out lately, I've always seen someone I know. I'm just like,
that's funny.
I don't know. It's cool to hear that though, because I mean, it's cool to see like if that's how you are and stuff like that.
It's weird. Like I just took, for me, like I said, it's weird because I'm not like either. Like I'm so mixed, and you can see it like with your dad. Like if I, like you and your dad, how y'all are.
You are.
But like,
It's probably bump heads a lot.
probably.
Yeah. We don't like bump heads.
No,
a lot, but, like,
yeah.
We like
Y'all give each other shit.
we definitely give each other shit a lot, but like I get more mad and frustrated way more with him than with my mom.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's like between me and my brother. I'm sure it's like that with me with him.
Yeah.
Just because like we're the same. I mean, typically when two people are the same, it's just that's just how it is.
I butt heads with my mom, not my dad.
Oh, bro, I know.
Oh, we know.
Anyway,
Oh,
but nah, I mean that's cool to hear. Honestly, just all that stuff, and kind of what are your next steps for what are your next steps for Toga? You got like where you want to take it?
Honestly, bro, like I'm just going with it at this point. Like I just want to get better, and that's back to like I lost sight of my passion on like why I started photography because of the money, but because of like my work situation, I'm literally working with like I saw this quote. It was like, "Would you still take pictures or videos if nobody ever saw your pictures?" And I 100% with my whole heart would say yeah, because I love that shit. Like,
why wouldn't you?
like
I mean, you took it for a reason.
yeah,
People
so
take
like
pictures of videos anyways.
yeah, but like in this day and age with social media and like being a content creator and like trying to actually make a living doing something you genuinely love, like that's a lot of inspiration. That's a lot of that's the biggest motivating factor for 90% of this creators, which is fine because nobody wants to work in retail the rest of their lives or no like. And don't get me wrong, like there's nothing wrong with that. Some people do genuinely enjoy retail and like enjoy talking to people. Like that's fine.
Do you think this like hurts us in this day and age? Like everyone wanted to do a podcast, everyone wanted to be an artist, everyone wanted to do music, everyone wanted to pick up a picture or camera. Do you think that hurts us only because people are doing it because it's trendy? Because let alone it's always been like passion on our end and passion on your end. Like we actually wanted to do it before it was like trendy. Yeah. But do you think nowadays people are just doing that because they want to be cool? Because it's
like it's a mixture of both.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it hurts us. The real one's gonna stay.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
I mean,
yeah, we know.
Like, look at it. Hold
Are you
up.
saying more hurts us as in like the opportunity that we get, or more hurts us as in like
I get
the views, like
not the
people
views.
stay.
The views
So
are
like the opportunity.
I just think it's just like, I don't know, it's different because we've been doing it for so long. But anyone that just starts up a podcast, I mean, I look at them like that too, only because I know what it takes. And I'm just like, they're just doing that shit just because they're not going to do it that long. And the same with people that pick up cameras, they don't even be doing that. Half the time they be selling their stuff. So it's just like,
I'm gonna kind of like.
It's because. So you're saying does it hurt us because everybody wants to do it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it's both.
Nah.
I think it's both, just because yes, everybody doesn't want to do it, so it's harder to take it serious.
You're taking it serious.
But also at the same time, so many more people want to do it that it opens up so many more things.
Okay.
I don't think so. Here's why. On TikTok, because I've been getting back in the gym and like documenting that journey.
And that's
TikTok.
also, no, gym shit is trendy. Like,
no, okay, but hear me out.
Yeah.
I have seen more people bench 405 on TikTok, bench,
That's insane.
than I've seen more people in person at the gym
Ever.
bench 225.
That's crazy.
I've seen more people bench 405 for a max than more people can bench 225 in person.
And this is all
And so it's all about perspective. How many people do you know, like, that you talk to actually have a podcast?
like shit, really just one other person. Well, yeah, literally one. That's
Exactly.
consistent. One other person he lives with.
So it's all about like the perspective. How many people do I know actually have like who are actually like using a camera? Not very many. I mean, a lot of people are getting into it, which is I think is a great hobby.
Like 4
Yeah.
for me.
But just because you don't know
Well,
them,
actually like 7.
I feel like that still.
No, bro, because if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, there's 7 billion people in this world. There's so many.
For sure.
So like, it doesn't make it harder because one, the people who are actually gonna do that shit are gonna do it. Like I told y'all, with or without y'all, I'm doing picking up a camera, and I hope with or without y'all do this without me.
And that's another reason why I want you to get a little off topic. That's the reason why I want you to get like do your fishing stuff, because obviously we do opinionated pod and all that.
Catch some shit first, do some
I
video.
know. I'm just saying, like, obviously we do our stuff first, or we do this, and like this is like what we love, and this is like what we want our baby. But you also have to brand yourself individually, because I mean, there might be a time when we don't even do podcasts anymore. But it's like,
I think it's really
it's
about the
just-
level
you gotta,
of
like,
conviction.
Yeah, you gotta like you gotta elevate always on yourself. Like there's obviously other hobbies you get into. Like I got into wakeboarding and surfing. Like way later in my life. Like there might be something else I get into. Like
I've never seen a video of this man wakeboard.
You finna get it when we do this commercial.
Okay, well we better.
And with Carlos, like he got into poker. Like I know he like played cards and stuff a lot, but like last year, this man was always playing poker. Like we had poker nights here, and then like he was always on his phone and playing poker and stuff. So it's just like cool to see people getting like other interests and hobbies and like what they want to do with them. There's gonna be something else that we're all gonna get into within the future. Like Carl's got into gaming late. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he always played games, but he wasn't in tune like he is now. Now he's more in tune than I am. You know, so it's crazy, honestly, to see like what you're gonna get into and like what your brand can become. Like, you're always gonna change, and I think that's cool because we're not being stagnant. Like, we continue to push the envelope of what we want to do, but also it scares me sometimes just because I don't want to be doing too much without mastering something or
I
like.
think it's all about, like Braxton said, finding your line. But I'm telling you, bro, that y'all want to go back to that topic? That trip of the De La Rue studio, I took away so much, and like they don't even know it. Like a lot of the shit Braxton said, like that shit stuck with me. That's why these are the only two bracelets I wear. Is the I Believe in You and my Spartan one.
I wear
And
that.
like
the Spartan.
That one.
Spartan one?
We both got these from the art show. So I got the Evil Eyes and he got the Spartan one. I mean, I just like the colors.
But yeah, so I mean,
That evil.
I mean that the Spartan one is for real the type of energy I'm moving with now. Relentless.
Spartan bitch.
No, it's
You get kicked down that hole.
nah, it's cool though. Like, man, speaking of those guys, it's like, and then like, I guess we went to San Diego. I guess like filling you a little bit more in for that trip. We went out there. My goal and intention was to go out there because we don't see them that often, and was to shoot a pod with Cayman and with Braxton. But we ended up getting busy and stuff happened. And you know what? I was so happy and perfectly fine with that. Honestly, I was grateful that we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because like we were on vacation, we were hanging out, we were actually having fun. Like we still got some content and like videos and stuff. But I know like it's different when we go to Arizona because like that's their home, and they also have the resources and stuff for us to just be in there working and just creating and stuff. So I mean, just seeing that and then just seeing like, what was dope to me was seeing like Zach and CJ already kind of know Cayman, but they just met Braxton, and then Alex didn't know either. And like seeing that interaction of how genuine Braxton and Cayman were with them and vice versa, and like then me getting close with Steve recently, and then still keeping in contact with Bash and like hanging out and stuff. The circle we were doing, it's just crazy. Like certain stuff got cut out of my life, and I feel like same for you and him. And it's just now like we're really finding those people that are like aligned with what we want to do. Because a lot of times at this age, people aren't ready to like. Everyone's doing so much stuff. Like you have your friends that you hit them up just to go out, and that's it. And then you have your friends that like your gym friend, and then you have like your friend that does this stuff creatively, or then you have like your gaming friends. You have like all these different segments of your friends, but now like a lot of that stuff is kind of decentralized, and now I'm just really focused on what is like I don't know. It's just like I just know it's right. I know the people that are in my life right now are the ones that are going to be there.
It's so funny because like you're seeing like you talk about how like you have a bunch of group chats.
Yeah.
And I have one, which is y'all.
I haven't been too far.
And like, bro, I literally.
But I mean, like,
this goes back to like when y'all were asking me about like the network marketing stuff and like how you're like you kind of had to be shady. I'm very particular with where I spend my time and energy. Very like meticulous. And so like, if I send something that like I'm just like, I probably won't talk to you again. Probably if you're like at an event, I'll probably be like, I mean like don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna like I will never hate anybody. There's just too much energy to put into hate.
That's just a waste of time.
Yeah, waste of time and energy. But at the same time, like I'm not gonna go out of my way to hang out with you if I don't like vibe with you. And so like I said, like with my time and energy, I'm very meticulous. And that's why I said, like, I think it's funny you're in a bunch of group chats, and that's fine. Like,
no, a lot of those group chats are just, it's so stupid. Like, I'm in group chats with just, like, two people, but they're in the same group. Like, I have a group chat that says me and Zach, and our group chat that says, I'm insane, we should, like, do a group chat with us, too. We don't have it anymore. But,
you and Zach, that's just like regular.
I mean, me, Zach, and CJ. But I'm saying, like, we should do a group chat with us, too. We don't have that anymore now. It's like, because we have, like, us, CJ, and then we need to do like I don't know. Like I'm in a group chat with him and Lon, and like him, Lon, and CJ, and then like fucking like just too many people.
Yeah.
Well,
you're popular.
No, it's just like it's kind of needed because you have like your separate conversations. I don't know. Like me and Carlos will like we will have separate conversations, and I don't know. Like it's just like one of those things. Like we have a TikTok conversation, you have a Twitter conversation, you have like your different conversations.
I don't even be on my phone like that anymore, to be honest with you. Like, I don't even charge my phone at night. I wake up and if it's on my bed, then I'll charge it.
Is that why you didn't
Well, but if I have to go no, so today,
I get on that ass.
today I didn't go to work because I didn't wake up. He came home and it was like 10:30 and woke me up.
Well, you're butt ass naked too.
Damn.
Cheeks are hot.
Hey.
Bro, I was scared to turn you over, bro. I might have seen some shit.
Hey,
Bro.
hey,
I don't
that's
know.
the best way to sleep. If you sleep at night, I don't know what to
That's
tell
in
you.
there.
Before
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everyone's
it's nice.
Everyone's
It's nice. Okay, but I'm by myself, so it's like.
Well, even then, like I don't know, I don't like my fucking sack hanging. I don't like. I need my shit to like be like compressed.
Nah, honestly, I sleep in boxers.
Yeah. I need my shit. I see my shit like compressed. You know what I'm saying?
And like,
I don't knock anybody out where they sleep.
I'm not knocking it, but like I just need my shit just in a place. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it moving everywhere.
I don't know. Hey.
goddamn.
But what was that? Oh, so yeah, I woke up late, but no, I was charging my phone because I go to work every Wednesday. So every Tuesday night, that's when I actually charge my phone because I know I have to go to work the next day. But I typically don't like put my phone on the charger at night because like, I'm never on my phone anymore because I just have no reason to be.
Yeah.
So like I'll that's why I don't wear a potty out because my phone's always just upside down, just somewhere else. And like I'll hear it because like somebody will call me, and then that's when I like look at it and I get a vibration.
Shit.
Bro, you gotta get out of that habit only just because of what we're trying to do, and then if you could be just getting a call from somebody. What if I give someone your contact information and I'm doing?
If it's a call, I hear it because it's the vibration.
Or they're texting me, like.
I mean, I hear when y'all like text because it just goes off.
I mean, I just.
But
A lot of
I
times,
just don't spend a lot of time on my phone anymore.
well, a lot of times that's helped me from like phone distractions is during work. Like I put my phone in work mode, but I have like y'all as my favorites. So like my family, then y'all, and then like specific people in my life are my favorites. So I see all y'all's texts, all y'all calls go directly to my notifications. But everyone else that texts me or any social media gets hidden. So then like even if I'm working or editing, like right now my phone's in work mode because it's like my calendar. I like only see certain people's stuff that comes through. So then that way I just like, oh well, these are the boys. Like I'm gonna look and read this, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I get all these texts or all these whatever, you know.
And just the reason I thought about that because you always used to get mad that I never like replied to your message.
I'm
like,
like,
dude, you never reply. And now
Hell yeah,
because I'd be asking him shit, and
Yeah,
he's
that
like,
one didn't
and
reply
then he
because
doesn't reply
fucking
for 3 days.
He's fucking mad. Now he don't reply because he don't be on the phone.
You deserve those no replies.
That's
Hell no, man, Carlos. See, that's crazy. Like he didn't reply, and then as soon as you said something, I was like firing back immediately. It's just like completely different people. And Albert's like having to balance both of them.
You got some critters in the house, so I got some things moving. So you got some ghosts in here.
But I guess getting close to wrapping this up, one question I guess I have left that I think is important to answer is,
What's your social?
where do you think we should take this in your mind, and where do you want to go with it? And then any things that you can see since you've been outside in that you want to either condone on or like say that we need to improve on. And then I guess just I don't know, where do you want us to all be to by episode 100? And that's a question for you too, if possible.
I mean, shit, I just wanted to see, like I told y'all before, like, I'm very fucking proud of y'all for, like, stepping up and, like, doing all y'all shit because y'all really stepped up. And like, y'all really, like, the quality has stayed the same. It's gone up. So, like, I'm proud of y'all. And even though I'm doing, like, less behind, or, like, even though I'm doing different behind the scenes stuff, so I'm not, like, necessarily on hands as much with every single project, like, it helps because, like, the train doesn't stop moving. It's constantly going. And I'm not the only one turning the wheels anymore as far as, like, getting the podcast out, you know? Because that's what Opinionated is, Opinionated Podcast. So, like, it's, I'm proud of y'all, for real, and y'all need to know that. But as far as where I want to go with this thing, I mean, I just want to keep having a good time. And whatever happens, dude, you know? And whatever is meant for us will happen. Whatever's not, won't. And that's just how I see it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like, whatever. But like, the intent with the work behind it, things will fall into place. And so I'm not necessarily, and same with Toga, like, I'm just enjoying the journey for real. And like, falling back in love with the journey is what I'm doing. And like, there is no destination. So like, even if we reach 1 million subscribers, that's still part of the journey. Like, I've never hit my destination.
Since you're not, well, I asked somebody a question the other day, and it was, if you didn't know us, but you ran across our stuff, do you think we would have more,
I think it was views and subscribers.
well, subs than what we have? Without seeing anything, you saw that.
Without seeing what?
Anything. You just saw a video. That's all you saw.
It really just depends. Look, I mean, the clips you're posting are good now. Look
No,
at
not the clip, just the podcast. You just watch the podcast. Where you go off the clips? Do you think, because the clips are cut from the podcast.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
do you think we would have
More than 164 subs.
more than 164 subs?
Yeah.
Or more? Yeah.
I can honestly say that.
Where do you?
I mean, I tell y'all sucked.
Where do you think? I honestly think like, is clearing and being as non-biased of mine as I can. Our content is as good as people anywhere in the 1,000 to 10K.
No, 100%. I 100 wholeheartedly believe that. Like I said, I mean, you know me, I'm pretty brutally honest sometimes. I'd tell y'all if the quality sucked or like if the content sucked. Like, I wouldn't say it like, oh, y'all suck, but I'd be like, hey, like, maybe we should change this, that, and that.
Mm-hmm.
Just from like a consumer's perspective.
Yeah, and honestly,
But from a consumer's perspective, like, and even from a creator's perspective, y'all are doing y'all's thing, dude. And it's fucking working. I mean, at the end of the day, though, like I said, the people that are gonna stick with it are gonna stick with it, and everyone else will weed out. So I don't think there's any. I don't know, bro. Even though like there is a popular niche, I don't see that as a hurdle.
yeah, I don't know. I don't either. I think we got to continue. There's so many ideas that we want to do too, and even when they don't do as well, we got to keep doing them. There's just so many ways to go about it too. Because I mean, the bigger channels they'll make a podcast only channel. But the way we started off, there's no point of us restarting because it's like we don't have enough to, and we don't. Our audience are small. We don't want to break it up anymore. So it's like we're just gonna post everything on one channel.
I mean, yeah,
I think we're. Never mind. Go ahead.
I mean, when the time comes for what you're thinking about, which I feel like I know what you're thinking about,
Yes.
like, we'll just have playlists, and it'll be
We
under.
already had. I think it's perfect timing. It's like not necessarily perfect timing, but it'll be done the right way. It won't be done bad. I think it'll be good. So I don't think there's gonna be a problem with it. I think it's gonna be more, obviously, be more beneficial than anything.
So you want to make two? Before you get stuff, you want to make two YouTubes or everything split?
No. He's talking about what we have planned. Everything is.
Oh, I thought he was talking about what I was saying. So
No.
we're posting everything to one channel.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I think it'll be fine.
So do you think we should make another channel?
No. I'm
Well,
saying like we'll just have
Oh, okay,
playlists.
my bad. I got you. I thought
No,
you were
yeah,
talking
he's saying
about
we'll have playlists.
Alright, I got you.
I don't even know if we'll have like playlists. It's just I think everything will just be.
I mean, playlists is nice.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
what
we'll
I-
probably have playlists, but I mean, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice little flow. I don't think it won't be good. I mean, it won't be bad, but it should be good. But I don't think it's gonna like hurt anything.
Oh no, it's not gonna hurt anything. It's definitely gonna elevate everything. I think too, what we got going on, doing it properly and really taking our time with it and looking at everything before it's executed is really gonna push everything. Because I mean, like you said,
But that also means we actually have to get in the bag now because we have like a few ideas off bat what we want to do, but like after those ideas, so you got to start being.
I had ideas. We gotta talk about that.
But you got to start being creative with like everything you're doing.
That's not hard though, because
It's not, but it's more of for us.
It's just more of the time.
It's
and
more of
resources.
the time and the resources. The resources, no, but more of the time, yes,
Time.
because you can. I mean, we can. we know a lot of places and know enough people to do what we want to do.
I mean, that's the time thing is definitely important because I work 9 to 6 right now. But when I start working 6:45 to 6, like those are gonna be long days, you know.
And that was a cool thing about. I was so glad when Carlos got a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, just due to the fact of timing. It was always an inconvenience just trying to like schedule shit and then like.
I mean, you being in retail, bro, your schedule, you don't have a set
And then
schedule.
even just hanging
Shit,
out.
but
with
luckily,
us,
like that's why I appreciate Best Buy because when I was working with them full time, they always gave me every Wednesday off because when I was doing my interview and everything, I was like, hey, I got this going on every Wednesday, and they worked with it. They said that's fine, we'll do it. So I mean, I rock with them for that.
Shout out Best Buy.
Facts, shout out Best Buy.
no free shout.
But
Stingy ass. That's why you don't tip. Stingy
Facts.
Trying to get those.
no free tips.
No free tip.
Trying to get that partnership.
That'll happen, dude.
But I don't know. The time will definitely be the biggest thing, depending on what we want to do, the resources. But we definitely would have to, all four of us, definitely have to get in the bag of what we got to do.
For sure.
Dude, there's a lot of ideas that I'm already kind of executing behind the scenes to prepare. We'll be good. We'll be fine. We just have to really. I mean, the thing is, the consistency that we're establishing now, I think we're fine. We'll be fine. We've already shown we can do a podcast, even though we're being way more consistent this year. We still are consistent enough to get to this point, which most people can't even do that. So, I mean, I think because people are like, "Oh, y'all are still pretty consistent." Like, obviously, we're not, but we were still posting like at least once a month. That like even when we got shit going on. So, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be perfect timing. I really think this will be.
Did you know? Sorry to cut you off. This came in mind. Did you know 49.9% of our listeners are not subscribed?
Yeah, that's insane. That's how most fucking. That's how you know who else said that? Bustle the Boys, Shout Will and them. Like they said the same thing because they were like, a lot of y'all like watch our pod. It was like 60%. They were like, a lot of us watch our pod, but y'all don't sub like so. But I think it goes to the fact that a lot of people aren't on YouTube like me, or a lot of people like aren't on Twitch like you. So like, there's a lot of people that deadass do not have YouTube accounts still to this day. Like they just get on there and watch. No, I'm serious. They just watch it.
That's true.
And like it's just like I don't know. People just a lot of
It's
people.
free though. Literally,
I know, but a
literally
lot of
free.
people just
like,
don't have.
accounts for anything are free.
I know.
Some stuff you just like Twitch. It's a free. It's
You have to
free.
make an account.
Just make
People
an
are
account.
just lazy.
I mean,
YouTube is just
Do you still use SoundCloud?
Yeah,
no, but I have an account.
yeah. Just because there's a lot of shit on there that's like.
But I have an
But
account.
I mean, yeah, for sure. But I mean,
I don't pay for the
You're-
other one.
no, yeah. But like, you're gonna
I don't use Spotify, but I have an account.
I get where you're going.
you're gonna like and subscribe and like, and be tuned in to something that you actually use. You know. So I think that's why like people will see a clip, and they're like, oh, I kind of like this, and then they'll like.
But it's literally.
I know, but like they'll see a clip on whatever social media they're usually on, and then they'll go watch that video, and then that's why they're like, oh, this was cool. And then they're like, and then they'll go back to like living their life, and then
that's
I
why
get it, but it's like
It-
it's free, bro.
it sucks. But people just aren't on YouTube.
Literally, they make it so easy for you nowadays. Just like, how do you want to sign in, and you get to pick Google, Apple, Yahoo, or other. You just put in whatever you want to put in, and I put Google every goddamn time, and it signs me in every time.
But people-
because it knows
some
my
people
password,
don't
knows
even-
my email.
Some people don't. I don't know. People just like he said. That's why you got to be everywhere with your content, and that's on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram.
For sure.
Because regardless of them not watching it and being subbed, at least the content is still getting out. Like to be honest, we're getting like some opportunities coming up that aren't like I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me because it's like I don't feel like we're like that popular enough yet, but we're still getting the opportunities because maybe it's being seen in other places, or maybe like I don't know, people see the consistency, whatever the case may be. But at least I feel like we weren't everywhere, then that would like we were just like, oh, like let's just post on YouTube, do that. Like to me, that's just the bare minimum too. Like just post on YouTube, post on audio.
You know what? I really think, like, I genuinely believe the reason the opportunities are coming up is because the intent behind the
That
podcast
too.
is like, bro, how many people do you know are trying to help other starting creators get on as well? Like, this creator game is really, like, if you look at it at the high level, it's kind of cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat.
Exactly. But, like, how many people do you see, like, man, like, I want to make it to the top and I want to bring as many people with me as possible? Who's doing that?
And it's cool to see everyone like build together. Like you said, the cutthroat. These people that are popping, a lot of them. You hardly see these people pitting people on. Hardly ever.
And it's like, that's not, that's why, like I said, whatever happens is it's gonna happen that's meant to be because the intent. So. But
Do you have anything for us?
no.
Any questions or any?
What would you say? All right, here's a question. What would you say is the biggest thing you struggle with right now with creating content or with doing anything opinionated related for you? That you would like.
Repeat it.
What is the biggest thing, the biggest struggle with creating content for opinionated that maybe somebody else is having that same hurdle that you would help them get over that hurdle?
You can go ahead and answer that one. I'll answer it later, after you. But
Honestly, there's no hurdle for me with creating content. Well, that's not true. I'm saying like for me, developing it, coming up with the idea, and like doing that, I can come up with it easy. It's just really trying to find the time because I do think we put in enough time for this, but I've been putting in so much time for this. So opinionated on my plate isn't really like I'm not really lacking at all with like content or like skill with that. But what's the time that's been being taken away from me has been a little bit of the gym and obviously gaming. I hardly game, so like when I do the opportunity to just sit down for an hour or so, just play NCAA or something, I just really cherish that because I'm either doing OP stuff or just other stuff within OP, and then a lot of stuff I can't even get started is like my car stuff. Like a lot of the time when I do have time to do it, it's on the weekend. But it's like, bro, I need to find that balance, being able to just chill too. So like on the weekend, I'm just like, fuck, I did everything for OP that I needed to do. Let me just chill and have fun with my friends and stuff because that is important and needed. So it's really just taking away from like the car stuff and then me wanting to get into other avenues like music and then like hats and like doing other stuff. So at least for me, that's been like this challenge I've had. The hurdles.
I don't have a struggle of creating content because I always have ideas, but I guess the part that we struggle on is the time for everybody to be on that same time. How to help somebody with that, I don't necessarily know because we haven't even helped ourselves with that. So I couldn't give any advice on that. But I don't think me personally, we struggle with creating content just because every week we already have a game plan of what's going to go on or who's going to be on or whatever the case is. But it's the other stuff that we haven't done yet that is hard for us to do because of time. For sure.
Yeah, I like what piggyback off of what he said is this. I just kind of reevaluated stuff at the beginning of the year, and I was just like looking at what I was spending time on that was taken away from OP, and then I was like, well, it was obviously like just doing pointless stuff, going out, and then even for me, like just gaming, like I love gaming, but I was like, if I take away from this time, I have more time to really do stuff throughout the week for OP, and also research on stuff, do more than the bare minimum, because it's like I feel like we just gotta outwork everyone to get to where we want to be. I can always game later in the future, but at least for now, I was like, I need to cut away from that and like the car stuff. It's like I really want to do that, but in my mind, it's like, well, I gotta do so much for OP. But after talking to you recently, just our conversations and stuff, I know like I've seen what my car videos have done. The few I've done, like they've gotten a stupid amount of views, and they're not even that great, and like they're just. I don't even have any views out. And I was like, bro, if I could just piggyback off these and just keep being consistent, like, I'm just gonna be bringing more audiences to that. And that shit was like, the rate that shit was growing faster than that. Like, I was just like, in my mind, I was like, damn, I'm probably gonna, if I become more videos, I'm gonna pass what I really want to do with my own channel. but I was like, I got to use that to help that too. So I got to kind of find that fine line, like Bryson said, with just balancing both to help this.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, my struggle really.
Anything else? You want to challenge us with anything? Or
Just
you
keep
come
going.
on another podcast? Or you going to hate us forever? Or
Am I gonna what?
come on another podcast? Or you gonna hate
Yeah,
us
bro,
forever?
this was fun. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm proud of y'all.
Are we sounding the flag? This episode?
No. I don't want to hear something like that.
No, you don't want to put it. You don't want to put it at the very end.
It's ours.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's going to get framed. Like this,
I mean, y'all have me sign it? Am I off topic? Right by
yeah,
the
because that was your off
There's
topic.
CJ and Zach are on there.
Yeah, but
I feel like we should.
have to read
Yeah,
it.
y'all should sign it.
We do have to read it.
I don't know. I don't want to sign it because like it's ours and it's like it's for the it's not for us. It's for the guests.
That is true.
That's what I like about it. It's not for us. It's for the guests. It's nice for if you have been on the podcast. I'm sure it's nice to see your names on there. If you come over and see your names on there and like, damn, I'm on it. And then one day when it's all filled up, it's just gonna be framed.
That shit is crazy.
That's gonna be super cool.
It's gonna be super cool to make it.
That's why I personally don't want to sign it because it's not for me.
That's fair.
It's for
I
me. It's for
respect
the
that.
guests.
I
I
respect
understand
that.
that. I understand that.
And at that point, you were a guest on,
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
and it's.
Nah, man.
I guess we've had our own like off topics, but like I don't know. I don't count us as guests.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if you want something, go ahead. You can sign right there.
Well, yeah. Well, it was great chopping it up again.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks
See you
for
at
we'll see you in that episode, and hopefully it doesn't take 2 years to get to the 100th episode.
I don't think it will. Not with the. Hey, whoa. Not me. It's not me anymore.
But what's crazy is
You staring the
Wait,
shit.
the question I did want to ask you. Sorry, what made you take so long to get the videos after
Oh
Arizona
yeah,
out?
yeah.
That was the question I wanted to ask you during it. I don't know why I
And
just thought
I
about
asked
that.
it after too.
But what took so long for you to get those videos out? Because you're like, oh, it was great, and it was all this and that, and like you got on me, like just do the video. But the videos that you had, what took so long for those to get out?
Which video is that?
There was all other podcasts. It was
I think you
Cayman.
said Cayman.
It was Cayman and Braxton's, and then the photos we took.
No, the photos I had done. Most
Well,
of
like
them.
it's still.
I had maybe a handful of photos. I think when I got back, I had a real estate gig, and then after that, I think I had a concert gig, and then after that, I had because me and Audrey were doing a couple of real estate gigs, and then there was one. I think, man, I don't know. To be honest, it was so far back. Like I can't recall exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was what was confusing to me and Carlos. We were just like, damn, bro, we just went on that trip and then like silence.
Bitch.
We were just like, fuck, like that was the one that was like hardest for me to deal with. Just 'cause I was like, damn, dude, like.
Yeah, because that momentum from the trip.
Yeah, we had it too. Like honestly, like until that recently, like that was the most views we've ever gotten on stuff.
Honestly, I can tell you.
On stories and shit. People were just nosy.
Is it still at the end? I don't know.
But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. 50th episode, boys.
Man.
We made it.
50th episode, we made it, and
Mama, we made it.
yeah, it's about that time to really kick it in overdrive and let's take over.
Do you think we'll get to this point?
Yeah,
Even
I do.
after all the bad stuff that happened?
Yeah.
That's the crazy
I'm
part.
gonna be honest, I never wanted to get rid of you. And I don't think he did either, but he was at
No.
some sides you were just like, I don't give a fuck. Like he was in like I don't give a fuck and I was like,
Dude,
Yeah.
I just was patient
No.
because I was patient because I just knew who you were. Like I knew who you were like when we were growing up, and I also was patient because I just knew like the potential of you and us working together.
No, yeah, I had no doubt that we were going to get to
Absolutely.
at least 50.
So I was like, we just gotta keep it going. The O come around to
It was,
I didn't know how long it was going to take.
but you always thought they would never stop this because it was very, 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 very easy for us
Yeah,
just to
I told
not
you.
do this.
I mean, I told y'all. Like,
Besides that, but like, even if did you ever think like, oh,
Yeah.
they're just gonna stop? And not
Yeah.
do this? You thought that we weren't gonna do it anymore?
no, I didn't. I
That's
never
what I
thought y'all were going to stop doing this.
Yeah,
I didn't know how long it would take for you to edit your own podcast.
That's true.
And how long it take for you to get one from you?
Hey, we jumped back on. Hey, no lie. When the new year hit, we really like have not missed a beat. And honestly, what's helped is
Had a swing on Albert.
What's helped has been CJ, bro. Honestly, because it's like I said,
man, yeah.
if he shoots, we can't not shoot. Same thing. And then same thing for him. He's like, damn, bro, like y'all shot. So it's like, it's nice to have that someone pushing you that's helping you out too. But like competitively, it's just like, no, I'm not gonna he's not gonna do more than me this week. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Just
not
look
a
at it.
competition.
Yeah.
No, I
Helps each
know.
other.
I mean, shout out Park Car Talks.
Yeah,
because
boy, shout out PC.
they're really doing their thing. And
Shut up. My damn demon dog.
And I mean, like, seeing all of y'all grind, like, when I'm not here, motivates me to grind in everything, man. Like, so.
You want me to each challenge me to start texting more? Not texting.
Yeah, that'd be one last thing so we can wrap this up. Challenge you to text more. Shit. What y'all got from me?
Shit, I don't know. Just him. He doesn't take it back, bitch ass.
I think everything's been pretty good. I think that's really just it.
Nah, I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Us as a
Team.
team, it has been great. It's been a fun ride. It's been up and down the roller coaster, but it's nothing I would take away for sure.
No, bro. I told you I don't regret anything but two things. So.
Go ahead with the outro too. You got it.
Well, that'll do it for your boys at Opinionated Podcast. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment.
It's the 50th episode, damn.
Yeah.
You like it.
And you-
Subscribe.
And you
49% of y'all.
Yeah,
God
subscribe
damn
to the damn podcast. The fuck?
Y'all want more stuff?
But-
Y'all want fun content?
Y'all want some
Subscribe,
merch?
goddammit.
Subscribe.
If you're a creator in the greater Austin area, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you on. Get your story out there and get you maybe tap into a network that you don't have. So we'd love to help you out in a way.
Yeah.
So and thank you for watching and for the support.
Peace.